start this. Alright, this is episode number 10 of Safe Space. Today we have a very good friend, Thomas Wren. I'm very excited for this interview because Thomas Wren, for lack of a better word, has a very questionable reputation in strongman community. But my experience with Thomas Wren has nothing but been the best I've ever seen someone. Like, I have no problems with him. He was generally supportive and nice. So that sparked my interest. Why there are two different vibes people say about Thomas Wren is like the bad guy, the guy who doesn't have a filter, which is fair. He might not have a filter, but I want to know what makes Thomas Wren who Thomas Wren is. And today we're going to talk about Thomas Wren that what is his character like. So thank you so much for coming home. We are in Sydney. He drove 40 to 50 minutes after work, especially today to see me. We do have a Queensland versus New South Wales match today. The decider, Tom being from New South Wales, he's obviously going for Blues. Me being an immigrant, well, I first landed in Queensland, so I'm going for Queensland. And also they've been winning, so I like to jump ship sometimes, but I haven't yet. So hopefully, may the best team wins.
But well, New South Wales probably lose. So let's just get that out of the way now. They've sucked for 15 years, so you know.
They did dominate last game, so
yeah, 1 out of 15 is not very good.
No, and it's also Suncorp. They've only won once before Suncorp.
Yeah.
Playing footy apparently at Suncorp is a different animal, which I don't know. I've just been to one game at Suncorp. And
well, when you get surrounded by rednecks, then you've got a problem.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
See, when you get closer to Brisbane, there's more rednecks. In Sydney, the further you get away from the CBD, the more rednecks. In Brisbane, the closer to the CBD, the more rednecks.
You're not even wrong.
That's how it happens. It's asked about face though.
Yeah, but I put $100 on it, so hopefully I made 180.
I've never bet on that.
I did do that last game, so I lost, and I'm giving them another chance. First time gambling, but this is my last time gambling.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so let's get into it straight away. My experience with you was, like I said, nothing more than just a newbie walking into the game. Australia's Strongest 2024. I saw all the pros, and you are one of the pros in Australia that I know of, because all I know is you were injured, you just made a comeback, and man, to come back and open or finish or attempt a 185 log, holy shit, I was blown away.
I had more too.
You had more.
I had more.
You had more.
I hadn't hit that in training.
You hadn't?
Nope.
Oh shit.
I was struggling with 175. But if you're always hitting, this is something you might want to discuss, but if you're always hitting these max numbers in the gym, you'll never hit them on the comp day.
True.
You'll never hit it.
True.
Most people that I see hit bigger numbers in the gym than they do in comp.
True.
So they train completely differently. You shouldn't be leaving it in the gym. You should be leaving it on the floor. Like, I had no idea I could hit that, but when I hit it, I knew I had more.
Look, I'm going to start here and stop you here, right? You're very good friends with Aiden Kanini.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah? I met him once, and obviously he has people who told me about him, same thing. YouTube, there's an image all about, being, not gonna say what, but he's an image. And obviously I met him once and he was very humble, very polite. Again, came to me and I'm no one, and he took my hand, hey, you're really good at stones. Like, keep training, you'll be great. And that's what he said, and that's the last time I saw him, right? But this is what I think was bad, and maybe it's a frustration thing for him. When Victoria's Strongest Man happened, you were there.
Yeah.
The monster number record.
Yeah.
He's hit it in training.
Yeah.
He's never hit it in the comp.
No, it doesn't happen. But he wasn't at Victoria's.
No, he wasn't, but did you see his post?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, and that's where I felt he kind of took, because it went from being Jonathan broke the record, which is held by the team, to, there's a drama. I thought he kind of took that moment away. And Jonathan, just like me,
Jonathan did a great job.
Yeah, Jonathan, just like he was a newbie, right? He's come out of nowhere. And so and Josh Vaughan, and obviously I have so much respect for Josh Vaughan because I have a soft spot because he's also an Indian who's competing in Australia, right? And you want to call him soft spot, and I was happy to see him, and he's his coach. When I found out and I reached out to him, I'm like, is he okay? And Jonathan did, well, obviously he's a lovely guy, he doesn't hold anything against anyone, but Josh held it a little bit, like, dude, like, there was no need for this, like, we get it, but at the end of the day, You can't be mad about someone breaking the record.
Well, that's the AS record. That's the difference. It's the AS record.
Well,
so if someone goes to another federation that isn't in Australia's strongest and does 130, that's not the Australian strongest record. So this is what's been happening. So there's AS records and then there's Australian records.
Would the Strongman Record Australia? There's a page managed by Big Bird, Mel, PX, and all these people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta check this. I don't know if they accepted that record or not because I'm not too sure. Has anyone else done a heavy dumbbell comp in Australia?
Not when we got 125, didn't we?
Yeah, he got 125.
No.
So, it's common sense to me. Yes, Mason doesn't want to be involved in AS like Australian records because there's a lot of controversy. You've got to make everyone happy, and unfortunately, you can't make everyone happy.
So I've spoken to Mason about this.
Yeah.
And Mason's making records on standardized equipment.
Correct.
So that means the record is exactly the same every time. And when you use different equipment, they move completely differently.
Oh, absolutely.
So my log at home moves completely differently to everyone else's log. And I like the way mine works.
Yep.
It works perfectly for me. But then when you move to a different log, it could roll differently, pick up differently. So, I like the fact that it's on a standard piece of kit. And I think everyone else should emulate that as well.
I agree, but then you're also relying on, and this is what, I like the idea, because then everyone have a go at the same log, same weight, same freaking weight distribution, everything is same.
Yeah.
According to physics, laws, makes sense, right?
Yep.
But then people have a problem, someone living in Darwin who can't afford a log, who goes to a local comp, and their gym can't afford a log, if you can press more, then what? Then it's not a record. And that's where the controversy is.
Well, that's the difference between Australian records and AS records.
I think knowing Mason who he is and what kind of equipment he makes, and this is no disrespect to AS or anyone, I think his records should be Australian records. He is the biggest in Australia.
There's lots of people that would disagree.
Well, and that's what I mean. You can't make everyone happy.
See, this is the unfortunate thing is, and I spoke to Mason about this.
Yeah.
Is the problem is no one will agree on anything. So
Correct.
there's three groups.
Yeah.
And those three groups won't work together.
I know that.
Okay.
I know that.
And this is the problem for all athletes.
Yeah.
Is there's a different pathway in each one of them.
Correct.
Now, apart from what's happening overseas, which has just changed absolutely everything, with Lynn buying Strongman Corporation. So he owns OSG, Strongman Corporation, and the Arnolds, which means he has control of who gets all of them, which is just shaking the shit out of absolutely everything. So, I'm waiting to see what happens in that fallout. But what happens if you've got three different groups, and the three different groups just won't work together? Now, I have an idea, and I've written it down and written a whole set of rule sets. I haven't spoken to anyone about this, but it's on record, so it's my fucking idea. Because I've come up with ideas that people have stolen in the past. So, I believe, at least in the heavyweight division, there should be a belt.
Okay.
And that belt is like a boxing belt. And that is the heavyweight champion of Australia. And that person can enter any competition anytime they want without having to qualify.
In Australia or
in Australia.
Okay.
So that means the person, let's just say the first comp that has it is Australia's Strongest Man. And they give the person who wins Australia's Strongest Man the belt. Alright? But that belt means that, let's say you get it, you win it, you're the heavyweight champion. You've got a ticket to any other show you want with any other organisation without having to qualify, because you are who you are.
For 1 year though?
No, for as long as you keep that belt.
True.
Okay, so you might turn up to a little show and fucking lose.
Correct.
And the person who wins that little show is now the champ.
So the belt also changes the face?
Changes every time. Every time you lose, it moves. And you have to defend it twice a year.
Wow, okay. Well,
inside Australia.
Inside Australia.
Inside
Okay.
Australia.
But then what happens if, let me just make sure it's recorded. Yeah, this. What happens if, for example, I'm just going to take my coach's example, right? Nicole, 3-time Australian strongest woman, untouchable at the moment in Australia. she does that, right? And now she's got commitment, she wants to grow. Australia's strongest is, she's dominating it for 3 years, right? But at a world level, she's still third, right? She's third strongest woman in the world. She's gone and proven it herself. Now she's trying to compete in Short Classic, which is the end of this, which is coming in 5 weeks, right? So that's a 12-week prep. Or let's say for a pro, it's an 8-week, right? Whatever they can do. Then she's trying to do Arnold's. Then she's trying to get European Invitational. Then Worlds again. That's 4 comps she's locked in. Correct? Short Classic might not be a thing in the future. Who knows? I don't know what she's planning.
It's going to be the biggest comp in the world.
Biggest comp, heaviest comp in the world, that's what I know. Whereas World's Strongest Man is a little bit off a TV show at the moment, right? That's what everyone's saying.
Well, unfortunately, World's Strongest Man is a TV show. So they have to pick people who look good on television.
True. And that's unfortunately, or unfortunately enough, it's also a business. So I get their point of view, but I also get everyone's frustration that I want Australia's Strongest Man, so I should be representing Australia.
Exactly.
I get it. But I think that's what Short Classic is.
But the problem is, so if you look how Eddie did it the last time he competed properly in Australia, he won Australia's Strongest Man and ASA Nationals in 1 year.
Okay.
Now, to do that right now, you would have to qualify for each one. So that's 2 extra comps you may not need to have to do if you already have to go.
But that's an
See, so it's a way to not have to qualify for the large shows, but you can jump in at any time.
Right.
It's too much. So the problem is you've got too many groups and too many competitions.
How do you feel about ASC doing Arnold's?
ASA.
AAC.
I think that's cool. I doubt they'll keep it next year.
Well, that's
I don't know how it's going to go. I
point.
hope Mel puts on a good show and their group puts on a good show, which shows Lynn now that they're going to put on a good show. Because if they don't, I would suggest that now that Lynn owns all of them and OSG, you might find that one person gets all of them from now on.
Well, without name dropping, we all know that's going to be AS, right? We both know that.
Well, yes, let's just say it does do what I said it's going to do.
Yep.
Or potentially. It's unfair. Well, it's unfair for these groups who put in so much work, it's not funny, to throw this Arnold's thing and ASA. ASA seem to have lost the Magnus Classic now, which is...
How do you feel about it? I was part of the first Magnus as a national because my first comp was first national was ASA national. The caliber difference between the athletes, Rongo, Tyler, Jordan were on another different level. Right? Then you get just to fill numbers, you put in your heavyweight men as well. Well, I was a rookie, so was Marshall, and there were only two people at nationals. I had no chance competing against them, right? So
you learn a lot.
You do, absolutely. But even watching them, I would have been like, holy shit, that's what I want to be, right? Rongo was a very good mentor. But you have your podium, then you don't invite all, like Eddie William was invited over there and he couldn't make it during injury, which is fair. But the difference in caliber, and then you're just filling numbers, I'm sorry, but ASA just... And ASA is not a bad organization. I started with ASA, right?
So did I.
Right, that was the path. Strength series was the way to go. But unfortunately, due to the performance issues and due to lack of commitment when it comes to running a comp, that's your own fault. You lost Magnus because you didn't perform.
Well,
it wasn't a fair reason.
No, the problem is there's too many competitions. There are too many competitions.
Well,
you've got three national events and multiple. So you've got Arnold's, AS now, and ASA, and you've had those pretty much the entire time.
Okay.
But they were just in different names, or the art was lost for a couple of years. So you had to qualify for all 3 of those events, which means you had to do 3 qualification events to be able to do that. What people don't understand is that breaks your body down. And you see a lot of injuries. What I see in people's training, as someone that has had a number of injuries and significant injuries, is I see people doing too much. And that's the problem. It needs to be different, but it never will be. There needs to be, I understand qualifications because you've got to qualify to get to these national events, but there should be a group of people that are at least invited to the national events because they're at that level all the time, which means they don't have to keep coming down to the local levels where they could get injured.
Well, how about that online qualifier like OSG does it? Because you've got to qualify for that too.
That's a different way. Cool, let's do it that way.
Let's
do an online qualifier for those ones that you can do in the gym.
Sure.
Cool. But going to a comp and busting your ass and tripping over and fucking yourself up, you've just now, let's just say you're training for Australia's Strongest Man, and that's in 4 months. But 2 months after that's Arnold's or ASA, and you've got to qualify for that in that 4 months. You can't do it, and you won't do it, because what happens if you trip over and tear a bicep?
Well, I'll tell you this, what I know, right? Give me a second. I can cut these off.
I avoid
Right. So 2 years ago, there was a group chat created between all these weights. I know, because I was looking at it, right? There was a group chat created between these, like, especially in Queensland, it was, right? Everyone wanted to work together after COVID. There was a potential to grow stronger. Everyone was showing up to a comp, money was to be made. At the end of the day, it's a money game for everyone, right? People who, not for the athletes, because they actually pour in the money.
Stop, everyone needs to stop. There's no money in running.
There is no,
If you're running them correctly, there's no fucking money in them.
there is. If you have a prize money, there is no money, right?
There's no money.
There's no money. But in saying that, if you see, well, I a little bit disagree there. If you see what happened in Queensland with AAC qualifier, not in Queensland, sorry, in Brisbane, there was money to be made. There was so much money to be made.
But if
Memberships plus.
See, this is the problem.
Yes.
Is everyone has to have a membership to each single federation. It's a lot of money to be a strongman in Australia.
Absolutely.
It's a niche fucking hobby sport
Yep.
where pretty much you're never going to go anywhere
Yeah.
unless you gobble some balls. And that's it.
Yeah. So
Like,
that's the thing.
That's honestly, it's not. The unfortunate thing is we are so removed from the rest of the world
Oh yeah.
that people just don't look at Australia. We have a plethora of fucking amazing, strong individuals.
BJ Stones. Holy shit.
Just
That's
doesn't
impressive.
get, but it doesn't just get looked at. It's taken like serious effort for people to do that, and it costs a lot of money to travel overseas from Australia.
It
It
does.
doesn't cost much
That's
from
true.
England to America. It doesn't cost anything. Fuck all. It's $500. Here it's $1,500 return,
Yeah.
and then all the travel and stuff. It's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane. It's too much. So if you want a competitive crew from Australia, how do you make it cheaper and more affordable for Australians to compete?
Well, Mason's trying. Mason's paying, like, this is what I mean. This is what I see, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Mason paid for winners OSG fee. That's $400. That's still money. Like, AS is putting back, right? I've seen ASA put in this invitational national, whatever that is. I haven't looked into it properly. And they have a prize pool for athletes, right? That's what they're doing. So Mason is actually contributing back. I don't think Mason is making money because he actually, well, the comps I've been part of, his comps and Dick's comps are one of the best running comps. Like, that's just my opinion though. But I haven't traveled interstate enough to know who runs better comps, right?
Yeah.
All I've done is Queensland Strongest Man. All I've done is ASA and Australian Strongest. That's all my resume. And then they are putting back. They paid, from what I know, the winners, they've been paying them their fee to travel, not travel, sorry, fee to OSD. They have done comp cards and t-shirts for people to buy. And at the end of the day, if people want athletes to be paid, they also need to be a crowd who's impressed with the sport. And who's going to do that? The athletes, right? It is at the moment for you guys, for me, for everyone, we can't make money. We're not going to be able to make money.
There's no pros in Australia.
No pros in Australia, right? And you get your money from sponsorships, your supplement. There's a lot goes into strongman. Strongman is not a healthy sport.
No, it's
I'll
not.
stand here or sit here and tell you right now, if you think strongman is healthy, you're a fucking idiot. It is for people that are made different, that are a little bit loose in the head, or they enjoy pain, they are sadist, for the lack of a better word, and they are very masculine. Like, it's an old school. Guys do it because, fuck yeah, I want to be masculine, cunt. I want to like, go and pick up this rock. It looks cool, hang out with the boys, all this kind of stuff. And from here, where I'm going with this is, that's what I was thinking at AS. Let's go and have fun. You know, because I was injured, I herniated my disc, I knew 2 weeks out, I was not even gonna come podium, let alone top 10. I knew that. 2-3 weeks ago before I knew what was gonna happen. We're trying to rehab it, go and enjoy it, fair enough. Should I have pushed for that stone record? That was a mistake. That was my mistake. My coach told me not to, I don't listen. But you know, right? But from there, now before we get into this, I had best time of my life at AS. I think I've never been part of a bigger show yet.
That's the biggest show I've been a part of, apart from Arnold's in America.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one of them. That was insane.
Girls were holy shit amazing, so supportive of each other. Guys were, yeah, they were there, they were not there, who knows. But guys also, they were genuinely, like some people were supportive of each other, right?
Yeah.
Now, behind the scenes, there was a thing that happened, good and a bad. Firstly, what's your story with Coco? I heard a rumor that got out of hand very quickly. Coco was chosen to represent France, or he chose to represent France, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
2 years ago at Worlds, 3 years ago? 3 years ago at Worlds. And apparently the drama went down where something was said between people online or whatever. Then, and this is, I don't know how true this is, you actually threatened to sue, what's her name? Coco's wife, Ariel as well.
Yeah,
because of
it's defamation.
Yeah, defamation, yeah? How did it get out of hand so quickly? Well, I know rumors, I don't know Coco's side of the story yet.
Well, the post I put up actually wasn't truthfully aimed at Coco. It was aimed at the fact that Mitch was the Australian Canadian.
Yep. Mitchell Hooper, right?
Mitchell Hooper
Yep.
was the Canadian Australian, which is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
Yep. Yep, okay. So what was
Like,
the post?
So I said...
Actually, do you still have it online?
Somewhere. It's up at the Aston.
If I can get a photo of that post, I'll put it up here.
I said that if you compete for another country, well, if you win in Australia and you get invited overseas as an Australian, and you've been picked from Australia, you should represent Australia.
Right.
Okay, which is fair enough. Okay, and if you compete for another country's title, and so in other sports, if you compete for another country, you can't compete for your home country again for 3 or 4 years. In most sports, rugby, soccer, Olympics, okay? Sometimes you can never compete for your home country again because you've got to choose, okay? So if you get picked from your work in Australia, and you get originally advertised as an Australian, same with Mitch, Mitchell Hooper, he did all his work and he was an Australian at that time. And then when it suited him, he became a Canadian.
Right, okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So, unfortunately, we have a position where people who actually aren't representing Australia, let's just say Mitchell, if he had won Australia's Strongest Man, he would have been a Canadian winning Australia's Strongest Man. You can't be a Canadian and win America's Strongest Man.
Well,
because it's America's Strongest Man. You can't be a Canadian after that.
right, okay.
Okay, so you have to be an American to compete in America's Strongest Man.
Right, okay.
Okay, so same with England. To be England's strongest man, you have to compete in England.
Right, okay.
So my thing was that I understand what happened, and it's a television show.
Yeah.
I understand what happened in hindsight. In hindsight, I should have handled it differently and said some different things.
Okay.
And my previous things with Coco fired him up instantly.
Right,
I flipped him off with Australia's Strongest Man. And
Okay, so there is a history there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But big egos and big precedent.
He is, well, I don't know if anyone, well, Rongo holds the log record.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say he's the best presser, but Coco's impressive, so are you.
Yeah.
Like, you both are impressive. I've seen
So
Coco.
hang on. A New Zealander won Australia's Strongest Man and has the Australian log record, but he competes for New Zealand.
Okay, fair enough.
So how can you continue to hold that record?
Well,
a lot of people won't like this.
They won't.
I'm not
No.
being fucking racist.
No,
I'm
you're
just
not.
stating-
You're not. You
So-
have your opinion, and that's fair. But that also means I don't hold a Australian strong record, neither does Mitchell Hooper. That
No,
also
no,
means it
you-
goes to Tyler Bell. Oh no, he's
No,
Kiwi.
you hold it as long as you continue to compete for Australia.
Well, here's the thing. I'm Extreme Kid. They asked me to represent the country. I said Australia. They said we would prefer there's no heavyweight men, and this is Extreme Games, right? This is not Worlds.
Yep.
We would prefer if you competed for India because there's no heavyweight men, but we have other people lined up for Australia who actually now didn't show up.
Yeah.
They had other commitments, right? And I said, well, you asked me because you literally messaged me to compete in pro category because I have an Australian record, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, no,
Should be Australian.
right?
So it should be Australian.
Instead now they put both flags up, which I have nothing against. I love to represent my country regardless.
Understandable, but for me, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, that's true. That's true. But at the
So,
end of the day,
for me, I could go and compete in England as an Englishman because I have an English passport.
Well, there you go.
So, but I'm Australian.
Well, if you have an English passport, you're...
No, I'm Australian, I'm dual citizen.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Well,
so
India doesn't do
I
that.
can have dual citizenship.
Yeah.
So the thing is, because my father's English.
Right, okay.
So, but I'm born in Australia and I represent Australia. I'm very patriotic about Australia.
Yeah, okay.
So I will represent, and life would be easier for me to go and compete in England. Because there's bigger comps.
There's a lot of...
I understand that, but
competition there.
there'd be bigger comps.
Yes, there's more opportunities, more money,
opportunities.
but obviously it's bigger in England.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you're also then competing not top
But
20.
this is my term, my point about Australia is so far away from everybody. I understand when it happens.
No.
I understand when they go, okay, we've already got an Australian, let's put you under a French flag. Okay?
Right, okay.
Or you're actually not Australian, you're Canadian, so we're going to put you under a Canadian flag. It doesn't matter, and rightly so, Mitch's stone record was taken off him.
It was, yes.
Yes, taken off him. And that's what should have fucking happened.
It was.
If you go and compete for another country after setting an Australian record, that record's gone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Zadrunas Savickas can come here for 6 months, set every single fucking record in Australian history, and then fucking leave.
Yeah.
Okay, literally do that.
Yep.
But it just makes you fucking. It doesn't make you realistic. It doesn't mean you. If someone can do that and go, oh fuck, I'm going to move to Australia, and I'm going to compete there, and then set every fucking record under the sun and win every single competition, and when I do that, I'm going to fuck off. And I still have every record, and I'm a 10-time record holder and 4-time champion in Australia, but I've gone back to another country now, and I'm going to compete as another country.
Well, in regards to that, like I said, just be stronger then.
Well, Australia hasn't got the depth that it has. The depth is coming, but strongman hasn't been in Australia as long as it has been around the rest of the world.
Well, there's the thing, right?
We're 15 years behind the rest of 15, 20 years behind everyone else.
Well, then again, you deal with the cards you're dealt to, right?
Absolutely.
And that's the thing. Just because I want to say that, and again, we can debate about, this is another thing that when I was talking about this topic to other people are also very sensitive about this, and they have opinion like you. They just don't want to say it, right? They would agree with you.
I know a lot of people because they message me afterwards.
Exactly. They would actually agree with you, but they won't be able to publicly accept that. And that's their opinion or whatever they are.
That's right.
That's their reasons. But there was also a chat, like, let's just go to your own countries and then, bring their strongest man, and they should be invited to Worlds. Correct?
Fuck no.
But then you are, well, there has to be a borderline, right? You can't, my dog is not 185. It's not there. I've just been doing sport for 3 years, right? It comes with it comes with like time and power and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in India, I hold every single record in India right now. All my lifts are, that is how bad it is. We don't have a strong man.
But that's saying if they started to do it in 30 years, they might whip your ass.
Well, exactly.
That's right.
In 30 years though.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Australia is going though?
That's
we
right.
are 15 years behind.
Oh, we're something like that. You can see the athletes coming through now.
Yeah.
And they're flying.
Fuck yeah.
Like absolutely hauling ass. There are a bunch of young people that will make the world stage regularly. The problem is, it's so fucking expensive.
It is.
And there are no sponsors.
There are no sponsors.
And it's Australia. They only sponsor rugby league, rugby union, AFL, soccer, and major shit. I know, I've asked.
Yep.
I've asked legitimate companies. I think Eddie Williams is the only one that's got more followers than me.
Yep.
And Rondo.
Yep.
And you get nothing. Literally get fucking nothing.
Well, here's the thing.
I've had sponsors, and I love them. I got Black Lily used to sponsor me for food. Those guys, I love you here. I will always be a friend of his for life. He helped me out so much. It's not funny.
Yep.
When I was going through a separation at the time, I couldn't fucking afford food, mate. Like, I was working my ass off to cover everyone's bills except my home. I actually couldn't fucking afford food.
Yeah, wow.
So,
see, those are the people you want to keep around, and your loyalty belongs to them.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm big on loyalty. People who help me in my bad times, I'm there. Regardless of what happens, I'm there. Like, because, and those are your people. But in going with so obviously coming back to what happened with Coco, right? There was a controversy, you said some stuff.
So we have a past, and the past was, I had people come to me in privacy and say, this is what the group from Coco's Gym had done.
Yep.
And I took that and I used it as leverage to hit it.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off. And unfortunately with me, I'm an emotional being.
Yep.
And if I'm angry, I'm going to say whatever is on top of my head. There is no filter.
Yep.
So with those people coming forward and saying this to me, I was like, well, fuck you. So,
fair, but at the same time, you also are mature enough to make a decision.
look, absolutely.
To the fire, right?
So do I regret it? No, because I regret nothing. There's a couple of things in life I regret. And I'll never be able to take them back. Should I have chosen? Now I look back at it as a much more mature person who has dealt with a lot of shit in the last couple of years. Do I think I should have handled it completely differently? 100%. That's why I apologise to Australia's Strongest.
Yeah, I was there.
It took 3 years. If Coco watches this, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I truly mean it. And I do apologise. I caused him and his wife unnecessary burden. I respect him. He's got a young, beautiful family. I think that changes a man. I think that changes people deep down once you have kids. And I have seen a difference in him in that time too, in the stuff he posts and the way he reacts with people and all that sort of stuff. I have seen it. I've noticed it. And I respect him as an athlete and as a person and as a businessman. And was I out of line? Yes.
When you apologise, I'm very proud of you for that.
Yeah, no, I truly mean it. I think it was probably the wrong way to do it too, but you always learn, you always make mistakes. I should have taken him off privately and said something in front of everyone. So, but I see he's got a beautiful young child, he's married, they're setting a life up for themselves, good on them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would never go out of my way to take food out of another man's mouth unless you truly wronged me.
Yeah, and he's also very involved in AS as well, and he's giving back to the community as well.
He is,
like he is.
So, but back then, the group that was at his gym was a toxic group, and that toxic group caused a lot of problems for a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah.
In the form of memes and all that sort of shit. So I called that. I used that. I used how I was upset about that. So I took that aggression and put it in another form. And I shouldn't have done that. So, I truly mean, Coco, I apologise. I caused you and your family unnecessary pain, and I wish I didn't. I was also, stupid. And I hope I've learned a lot from that. So.
I hope, like knowing Coco a little bit, I hope obviously while he was in the zone, I hope if an apology didn't mean sincere then at Australia's Strongest. I was there, I saw you apologising, right? It was very public. When I say very public, as like everyone was there. You didn't have like apologising. There was no shame. You were like, I'm sorry for my actions. You were very proud. You were a man to go and apologise, right? And he shook your hand. He took it like a champ. He didn't ignore you. I respect both of you, right? Again, not my business, but that's what I saw from our perspective, right? From what I've heard. Yeah. That's when I knew there's more to you than there is a talk, right? Thomas Wren, there's Thomas Wren. Nah. Thomas Wren is a character. Everyone is a character. Dude, I can be the worst person in someone's life, but I can be a saint in someone's life.
Well, if people hate you, they think about it.
Exactly. So from there, and again, obviously we made peace, or you made peace with Coco. Now, there was another person there, your bestie, Jordan Osborne, 2-time Australia's Strongest Man, and your current 2024 Australia's Strongest Man.
I would suggest 1-time Australia's Strongest.
Well, that's what we get into. Now, this is gonna go back and forth because there was what I know. This is what I know. I wasn't there. I wasn't part of community. No idea who Strongman was. Didn't even know it existed. Right. All I know is that Jordan and you were competing. It was his call up because Vernon dropped out. Yeah, and he got the call. Yeah. He went in there and absolutely. You were both podiuming. You were both fighting for first place. You had an injury.
He wasn't fighting for first place.
He wasn't.
No, I was cruising.
You were cruising. Okay, you were cruising, and then he was cruising for second or fighting. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he was going head to head with Aiden.
Aiden, there we go. Yeah. So you were cruising for the first place, head to head second, and due to injury, your body gave out that day, or that you had an injury.
It's my fault.
Yep.
Act of God, maybe. I didn't warm up properly.
Well, there you go. So injury happened, and then rumors started happening. What I know is, you were calling him.
I called him a paper champion.
A paper champion, or
Literally.
Well,
I told him on the day that he fell over the line.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we joked about it on the day.
Yeah, and then there was some stuff said.
And then I said I was coming back, and you're a paper champion.
Yeah.
It was banter to begin with.
Yeah.
A couple of other people who got in my DMs as well.
There we go.
Who appear to everybody as shining examples of strongmen, but deep down, and strong women, and deep down they're actually pieces of shit.
Do we want to name them?
I don't need to name them. They know. If they ever watch this, they know.
They know. They know. Be better.
You know, and Karma's got one of them. So so there's quite a few people that got in my DMs and told me what they thought, but they would never do it publicly. So Jordan and I could show you the messages. He and I were talking about it in the messages, hamming it up together and planning it together that we should do a fight or something like that. This is all the time about the Eddie Hall stuff.
Okay.
And we were going back and forth, and then at some point it snapped inside him.
Right. Okay.
And the conversation went south quite badly, and he showed his true colours, which is a person who's loading germs on shit.
All right. Let me defend him here, right? So firstly, regardless of who's coming second, right? Him and Aiden were fighting. Well, let's say Aiden fell, whatever happened.
Yeah, okay, so you have to be in it to win it.
Correct.
So you have to be there to win it, otherwise you wouldn't have won it.
Correct.
And fair play.
Fair play. And secondly, isn't part of being strong is keeping your body together? Like, I didn't use coming second last at Australia's Strongest.
I also think there was a bit of mismanagement from the event.
Right, okay.
Warm-up was never good in any of the events. The warm-up area was shit. But, I think that was Mason's first time at AS.
Right, okay.
I think that was his first time running.
Right, okay.
Second time running. No, because that was after COVID. It hadn't been run. And Aaron had transferred. So the warm-up area was not great.
Sure.
And we weren't given, I personally didn't give proper accurate time to warm up.
But wasn't that same for everyone, including Jordan?
Yeah, true. I'm also the fattest guy there.
Fattest?
Yeah, I was the biggest guy there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think I weighed as much as Fardy then. And at the time, my ego got ahead of me and said,
yeah,
I shouldn't have run. I didn't need to run.
So there's that. So personally, a little bit of a event factor especially, but then again, you didn't hesitate, and that's maybe it's ego or drama or whatever people got in your head. You didn't hesitate to taking his moment away. It was his moment.
Well, I didn't take it away on the day.
Okay.
I didn't take it away on the day.
Okay, so did you shake his hand and congratulate him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was all then.
Okay, cool, fair enough.
I didn't do it on the day. This was weeks later.
Right, okay. So
this was weeks later. I think this was like 2 months later.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
My information is wrong then.
This wasn't on the day.
Yeah, okay.
No, and we joked about it. We joked about, how I was going to fix it and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't that on the day. It's what I dislike at the end is when, if you look at Aiden on that day, I got a lot of respect for Aiden on that day because when he did his ride-up, he congratulated the people who got injured because he stated that it would have been a very different comp if those two people didn't get injured. If Corey didn't get injured in the very first event, in the squad event, would have been a very fucking different event. Very different event.
Right, okay.
Stronger than everybody. Him and I would have had to fight out for first.
Right, okay.
Because he got injured in the first event.
Yeah.
So, injuries are unfortunate and they do happen. But, it's a very different event if Corey doesn't get hurt.
Sure, then you might not be first. Or you might not be even cruising for first.
Fuck yeah, that's exactly right.
Exactly. So
I'll admit that. I'll admit that.
Yeah, fair, you can admit it.
The difference is I'll admit it.
You will, and Jordan may and may not admit in that one. I don't know who Jordan is as a person.
So when I won the first title I ever won, the only title I ever won in 2017. Okay, on the day I was like, fuck yeah, I'll win.
Yeah.
Then you take a step back, the only reason I won was because Melatonin slipped on grass and got hit with a fucking huge bit of timber.
Okay.
It was a completely different event up until that point.
Yeah, okay.
So, how do you say it? It's not his fault he slipped on fucking grass. The grass is fucking wet.
True.
It's not his fault.
True.
It's set up.
Yeah.
So.
But he didn't go, like, even after a few months, he didn't go call me a paper check.
No, he didn't. He got
Well,
he got
so
a car wreck. But I would happily admit, to this day,
yeah.
that the only reason I had any chance of winning that
Yeah.
was because my uncle.
Well, that makes you a better person, right? That makes you a better person. But at the same time, I disagree with. Well, yes, you didn't do it on the day, so I have no standing. I thought you took his moment away on the podium.
No.
No, you didn't.
No,
That's it. And it was like banter.
6 weeks, 8 weeks later. And there was banter between us.
So what
and I
happened?
didn't take his moment, I just couldn't take it.
Okay, so what happened after that?
So during the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
it just went south.
Yeah.
And there was a level of crazy that I just wasn't willing to deal with.
Right.
So I ended it.
So you think maybe people
I
got it
just-
as well?
Huh?
Maybe people got it. He said.
I don't give a fuck what happened to him. So the problem is I stopped engaging. And I said I'd fight him anytime he wanted, anywhere, anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I will leave him a puddle in the fucking dribble mess.
Well, let's talk about this year's 2024.
So let's continue with that.
Yep.
So Jordan decided to continue to message me. I had stopped engaging.
Yep.
Continued to message every time I was doing something. And then he took it over the line when he engaged when I was with my family.
Right.
That is unacceptable and will never, ever, ever be forgiven. If you listen to this and watch this, you will never be forgiven for that. You stepped over the fucking line. I will never forgive you for commenting when I'm with my family. Now, if you'd commented about my family, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Do you want to explain what exactly happened, or?
I was having a beautiful night with my partner and child, and he decided to comment about something I should do to myself while with my family.
Wow, okay. Was it a joke?
Fuck no.
Right, okay.
Entering yourself with a wine bottle and hoping it snaps inside you and smashes inside you is not a fucking joke.
Yeah, okay. Right.
That's why I had it printed on a shirt and wore it to the in 2023.
2023, you were there.
And I had it printed on my shirt. All of the comments on my shirt.
And see,
I'll send you one. You can have one.
No, look, I'll accept it, but still, like, here's the thing. Where is the line? Like, yes,
The line stops. I don't care what you say to me personally. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. I'm a big boy. You can do whatever you want to me. Say whatever you want to me. The moment you involve my family, it's a different fucking story.
Fair enough.
And I think that with every man.
I respect that.
That's a man code, man.
It's a man code.
It's a fucking man code. It's a man code. You involve anyone, you even talk about someone while they're with their family, you've stepped over the fucking line. You are not a man. You are a fucking bitch.
I agree. Actually,
Okay,
you should have more family.
you do not. It doesn't matter even if you're out in the park, if you're at a football game, if you're taking photos and putting up information when you're with your family, you don't fucking say anything. You just shut your fucking mouth. And that's it. That's bottom line. That's the bottom fucking line. So, and that's it. After that, there is absolutely no excuse. I do not respect him as a man, as a human being. I respect him as absolutely fucking nothing.
You were very vocal about it too at ASM, and now
I won't shake his hand, but you fucking saw that too.
I saw that, but here's the thing, you were very vocal about it, right? Again, if you didn't have that legal in your mindset, it might be a different story of the complicated,
It
right?
would have been a different story.
It would have been a different story. Would you think you would have beaten him though this year? In all honesty,
I would have put myself in a position where he wouldn't have won.
that is a hard call.
I would have put myself in a position where because that car was moving fucking fast.
It was.
To the tour. So
it was.
I would have just done my best to be a fucking roadblock.
But that would have been to make sure he doesn't win. But you knowing that you were operating at a different level. Like, you can sit here and admit that yes, you wouldn't have won because of the level, like other people might have trained harder, you had a victory.
Yeah.
But you can also say that your answer is that, oh no, he wouldn't win. You know he would have won if he tried what he did. He won. He won fair and square for what he did. You may and may not have it, but you are man enough to admit, hey, he deserved this win this year. He did. As a man, events were in his favor. He is the fastest guy I know.
The events were very much in his favour and he was very fast.
Correct. He is very fast with the way he moves.
Yeah.
And
But I will say something.
Yeah.
And this is to Mason as well. I think that every single person that is up to compete in any of the events following, say, if you've got masters, under 105s and lightweights, people from other divisions should not be allowed to help at those events. And the reason is because Jordan helped an event that had the mask raised, which
Yeah.
means he had an enormous amount of practice on that fucking thing before
okay.
anybody else did. And he went through it like he was experienced at it.
Well, here's another thing then. Nobody's stopping us from traveling to Melbourne. It's a money game.
That's a fucking, that's but
Mason didn't stop it.
But AS is in Melbourne.
Well, yeah, well, that's just
So
unfortunate.
yeah, if it was at Sydney,
Well-
if it was in Sydney, a whole bunch of them probably would have come and have some fun on the fucking.
Well, exactly, but you would have gone, right?
But it's simple for Mason to say, if you are competing at an event later on with this event, you are not to touch it.
Fair, but also...
So that makes it even.
It does,
That makes it
but I think it also makes it even that he didn't stop anyone else who reached out to him. I reached out to him. I was like, hey, what's this, a class situation? And he said, do this is how we're like, he was very open about it. He didn't hide it from
Yeah,
anyone.
but no one got a chance to flip it first.
I agree.
No one got a chance to flip it first.
I agree, but
But that's how it should be on every single event.
well, sure, but then obviously, let's talk about this way, same thing. Coco couldn't get his hand on the thing that, you know, in Queensland they made that tire thing that last year, Dylan, I, and Coco, we made the podium. They had this thing called, what was it called? Something, you gotta like fucking turn it around. There was a tire on the other
Yeah,
end.
pull the car.
Yeah, pull the thing, right? And Coco obviously didn't have access to it because Dylan Stone was gonna get it. Coco went out of his way to ask the mason what was gonna be measurement and stuff, and he got one made for himself.
That's fine.
Well, yeah, but how is it different?
It's still different. It's not the same fucking a piece of equipment.
It is not, but if the mechanics is same, you can make one replica.
But the mechanics of a log are the same.
Well, no, different logs are different.
Well, that's right. So different pieces of equipment are fucking different.
Well, fair, but in Mason's defense, I would say he didn't stop anyone either.
In something like that is a really specific thing, I don't agree with that.
Fair, but he didn't stop anyone either.
That's fine. But if the piece of equipment is at an event preceding an event that it's coming up to, you should not be, as an athlete going to compete in that, you should not be allowed to have access to that equipment.
Well, here's the thing. Then you need to think about, and let's just practically in ideal world, I agree we can make rules, right? Strongman doesn't have that support. We need to be at every single event to give back to our sport.
Fair enough.
I did at Toowoomba, and I think because it's sport.
But is it giving back or is it being smart and understanding that piece of equipment?
Well, do you think Jordan's that smart? You call him dumb?
Personally, no.
Well, exactly. So there is no disadvantage.
Maybe that's just a bit of luck.
Well, there you go.
But
you know,
I don't believe you should have access. You don't have access to the equipment at Worlds before Worlds.
true.
You don't. You just fucking don't.
Okay.
You don't have access to the equipment at Rogue before the event, do you?
No,
you
you
don't
don't.
have access to the equipment at Shore before the event, do
No,
you?
no, you don't.
So, I don't think you should be allowed to have access to the equipment before the fucking event.
Fair enough. Well, if Mason's watching this, if he does watch it, well, Mason, maybe you want to listen to this. I don't know. I'm biased because I agree. Like I said, I agree. I could have gone if I really wanted to. I could have gone and asked him, and he wouldn't have stopped me because he has no problem.
I understand that, but it
Right.
should stop you. Unless it's something that anyone can buy, you can't buy that equipment.
You can if you have money. Anchor yoke. I bought one for Queensland. I bought it.
An anchor yoke. But
Yeah.
that's a big deal. Do you know how much that would fucking cost?
The flags.
The flags?
Say 2,000.
Probably a lot more than 2,000. If a yoke is $2,000.
No, yoke wasn't. Yoke was like $900.
Yeah, but a proper big yoke.
Oh, big yoke. Yeah, sorry.
Big
I'm talking about the
yoke.
anchor yoke. Yeah.
A big
So-
yoke from.
Because this is how.
But you don't need the anchor yoke to press it. You can press that on any yoke and it was.
No, it was different. Come on, it was different for me. Oh, well,
I
for me
didn't
it was
actually. I
different.
didn't actually. Fuck.
Well, there you go. It was fucking different.
But when you get to a level of shoulder pressing, nothing really changes.
Well, yeah, you guys are at that level, but for me, I was like, because everyone I spoke to who went to Worlds, they were like, it's fucking different. Like, Ray said it, Nicole told me it is different, you're gonna struggle a little bit if you can't balance it properly. And I'm a push jerker, I'm not a push presser. So I was like, in my mind, I was like, I need to get that mentally done, even though I did zero of the fucker thing. I need to get it done. And I made a smart choice. I messaged Mason, I need this for ASM, I want to practice. And he was happy to help.
Okay, but the difference is that can be in lots of different comps. That could be in lots of different comps. That flag raise is only in AS comps. That flag raise is only for the title events. It's not for any qualifiers. You could use the AS.
I think it wasn't for qualifiers.
Yeah, but you can use it in qualifiers and stuff like that. So it's an easy, accessible piece of equipment. It's an easily accessible piece of equipment. You could make your own, you could do whatever. You could simulate it. You could simulate it with a chain yoke.
Well, there you go. Coco made a flat race.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's not. Look what happened to Coco on that flat race. Obviously, it wasn't the fucking same, was it?
It was not, but he worked with what he got.
I understand that, but it wasn't the fucking same, was it?
It wasn't, but at the same time, nobody struck Coco from behind it.
But I understand that Coco was practicing that and was great on his home run. So
Yeah.
obviously, it was a big enough difference.
I was good at it too. It was horrible. It was so easy at his home gym. So easy.
So it's not the same.
It's not the same, but
So
nobody stopped.
But it's not the same. So this is what I'm saying is, if you go to Worlds,
Yeah.
if you go to Worlds, the uncommon pieces of equipment,
Yeah.
you do not get to try before. And they would not give you a fucking list of what that's made from.
Fair enough.
They might give it to the person that they want to win the event,
Yeah.
like they did to Eddie Hall and shit like that. But
Yeah. Don't know. I think it was a big name for me to drop, but at the same time, and it goes without saying, and I've seen some documentaries where other athletes have spoken, that event was made for Eddie Hall to pick 500 kilos. You know, do I think Hall's gonna come and beat
but
him?
also when you won World, there was changing the tyre flip and all this other shit. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's what happens. And I believe that if you have an event, a title event, it's just like at AS, the only dumbbell they're going to use for single dumbbell reps, breaking the rep, is going to be that one piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And I think that should be the same with every fucking major event.
Fair enough. Well, if anyone's watching this and they own a gym, get your standard equipment because, to be honest, I haven't seen a better.
And that's how Jack Mason's giving back to the community.
He is.
Because he's making it standard, and people are buying the standard equipment,
Yep.
and they're being able to use the standard equipment and standard events, and it's all the same. It's a genius move.
I don't know the history of strongman, but people who have been involved for a while, I know Diff and Mason have done a lot for strongman, getting OSG pathway. You know, it is opportunity.
And I would suggest some other things soon too. You know?
You will. But at the end of the day, coming from having nothing to like Arnold's when it got pulled away.
Well, Lynn took OSG off Oceania,
Yeah.
and then moved it to standard.
Yeah.
So, you know, I went and won Oceanias.
Yeah.
But there was no one there, so it's not even a fucking win. That's what I'm talking about. No
Yeah.
one was fucking there. No one would turn up. And that's where I hurt my back. So.
Well, there we go. So obviously, Jordan Osborne won that, and obviously he did. And this is what I think he was mature.
If you want an
enough to do.
unpopular opinion, BJ Stone lost that event. Fucking hell. Fuck me.
Yeah.
If he hadn't have come last in that fucking farmers,
Yeah.
it would have been
Yeah.
a different fucking
Again,
story.
but again, it wasn't because I don't think BJ Stone would have beaten
But
Jordan Osborne.
once again, if you look at BJ's training, he was doing that in training, he couldn't do it on the day. I didn't do any of their weights in training.
Right.
No.
I was fine with that weight in the training. I couldn't get it done. Probably.
Yeah, but the problem is that once again, standard piece of equipment. I've used those fucking.
Those farmers are not standard. Fuck that.
No, they're the ones that they use for AS.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Okay. You could simulate them. You could do anything with them, but
It's not the same.
it's not the
It's
same.
not the same.
That's what I mean. No one should be allowed to practice on them unless you're at the fucking event competing.
And that's what the title show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens with that, and again, you and I can just suggest.
Yeah.
We can't change, right?
No.
But in saying that, what I've seen is AS has given back a lot to the community,
Mm.
and in AS's defense, they have done with the prize side as well.
Mason and I have regular conversations.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
In private.
In private. And again, it's no one's business. What your relationship with Mason is no one's business, right?
No.
And you guys are trying to do best for what yourself and the sport. Yeah, we can see that. Absolutely, I see it. I'm not. Well, you can call me down, but I see when a person gets back to fucking supporting the community. But that's what happened. In Jordan's defense on the day, he was sitting in the corner. Well, when I saw it, he was sitting in the corner, unfazed, focused, or whatever, didn't want to say anything. You can call it scared, whatever you want to say. He had his moment when he won. He didn't shake your hand, fair enough. If I was in
But
his
I
shoes,
didn't shake his hand either.
either, right? If I was in any of, I don't know about your position, but in his position, I would do the same.
That's
I would
fair
like,
enough. That's fine.
that's fair. And then I heard what he said, because I was next to you, and let's not repeat it. And fair enough. And if I think apparently there's a video somewhere, I don't know, okay. I was like, holy shit, like, and it was like,
That's fair enough.
and to me, it was like, well fucking done, because you let your action speak for yourself.
I'm a big enough man to go, you say that to me, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm unfazed by it.
Yeah, okay.
So do whatever you want to me,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. You know?
But it's the family part.
That's the family part, mate.
Well, there you go. Would there be, well, I don't know.
Never.
Okay, there you go.
Never. You can never apologise to that for that. No matter what you do. That's why I've never brought your family into it.
I've always had a different opinion about AS. My view, like, nah, I think Thomas did the wrong thing by being so vocal. That was my opinion. Understanding if someone said that to my family in front of my family, I have respect.
My missus was upset.
Well, there you go. I respect that.
I showed her. She was very upset.
Oh yeah, okay. I can understand now why you were the way you were. I just couldn't make the sense. I don't know the family part, right? I just couldn't make sense.
Nobody does, because that story doesn't get out, does it?
That is the thing.
Yeah.
And yes, and I always say 3 sides to the story, your side, his side, I don't know his side yet.
And the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Correct.
Yeah.
And will we ever get to it? Who knows? We weren't there. We weren't part of anything, so we just go by what you guys say and make the most out of it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if anyone's watching who's like, yeah, go Jordan Osborne, or yeah, go Thomas Wren, you fucking hate Jordan, you know, either way, make your own fucking opinion. Their experience between them has nothing to do with you. That's why I'm here.
Most people's experience with me is pleasant. Until you do something fucking stupid,
Yeah.
and then it won't be pleasant.
Well, there you go.
And that's it. I treat everybody equally until you fuck up. And then I don't treat you equally anymore.
Well, here's another thing then. Why not give them a chance to? Well, if people fuck up with me, right?
Well, there's different
kind of fuck up.
There's different levels of fuck up.
Yeah.
There's absolute malicious levels of fuck up.
Yep.
Or there's, oh, I fucked up, I'm really sorry.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It starts by acknowledging you fucked up. You know, like you do, and then saying, okay, how can I?
But
not
there's
do it
a
again?
different level between fuck up. Calling you a fat boy or whatever the fuck, you know.
Yeah, that's just bad.
It's just banter. Or,
Yeah.
you know, you hit someone something and it was funny.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big difference, you know. But you involve family.
Family is like, look, whatever happened between you two, family is like, I agree,
Off
family
limits.
is nowhere, off limits.
Mhm.
Especially when you are, even when you're around your cousins as well, like they don't know, like
You
you
should
know
not,
each other.
if
You
you're
should
with
just,
family,
yeah.
if you're with family, you're having a photo and you're drinking wine and you know someone's partner's with them and you're roasting marshmallows with your son.
Yeah, no, that's not cool. Well, Jordan, I don't know your side of the story then, but I only know this.
Well, there's only one side of the fucking story. In that one,
I
I'll
haven't
show you.
No. I don't want to see it. I
I'll
want to
show
hear
you
it.
the DM.
You are man enough to see
They're on
everything.
a fucking shirt.
What? Jesus. Do you have a photo of the shirt?
Huh?
Do you have a photo? Can you send me a photo of the
Yeah,
shirt?
fucking
I will put that photo shirt here.
So,
No disrespect to
You
anyone.
know, I hope that in 2023 that one single event fucked his entire life. That was truly funny.
Right. Okay. Well, here you go. I don't know your side of the story yet because you're busy. I haven't even actually approached you, but maybe one day when I'm in a better place, I will. With your experience, and this is just me, I like to make my own opinion. I have nothing but respect for you.
Thank you.
Even knowing the family part now, I might have more respect for you. What you did wasn't the best thing, maybe not, but when you did family more, I see that. I don't see. I was raised like that. You don't do sneaky shit. You stick to your boy code or a man code actually. Respecting each other's family, even if you're rivals, it's a man code.
Absolutely.
Right? And you don't do sneaky shit with anyone's family either. And I respect that. I fucking do. Now, let's talk to the main thing. Like I said, strongman is not a healthy sport. Someone who does it is very fucking gone through some shit, right? I've spoken to some people who are like big names like Big Mac, Brendan. Fuck, is it Brendan or Brendan? Brendan, the new kid, 21 years old. Brendan, thank you. I've just been confused, right? I spoke to him and then obviously spoke to Harley and Charles. Now, speaking to all these people, why it inspires me because my story is completely different to theirs. The way I have been through, I thought, oh shit, it's happening to me right now. Their stories are various, right? But at the same time, when I look at them, the caliber of people they are, how they handle themselves, holy shit, I have respect for them. When I first met Harley, do you know who Harley is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck, psychotic? Like, holy shit, stay the fuck away, you know? Very aggressive.
He definitely has that exterior view.
Exterior view, jacked as fuck, scary guy.
Yeah.
And I come from a very unfortunately I come from a privileged family where I've been very protected, right? I have to learn things the hard way. And then when I actually met him and I understood him, he was very good to me at Queens, that I had respect for him. I'm like, holy shit, he's such a nice guy. You know, very good, very helpful, on the pod, very supportive. Then I asked him, I'm like, would you be sharing your story? His story actually fucking moved me. Very sad. Kudos to him for fucking coming to where he is. Then you see Big Mac's story, completely different kind of, like, you know, his story is, I can't let them down, the people who believe in me. Like, there is no way I'm fucking letting them down. They're putting in one time in me, they're putting their money in me. His sponsor, and Big Mac is just a personality, man. I fucking love him. And then I see Brendan. He comes from no problem at all in the family. He's got a very supporting family, and he's changed my view that you don't have to be psychotic or you don't have to go through shit to be a strongman. He actually comes from a very supportive, and the support and a fucking great dad and great upbringing brought him to where he is today. And he's fucking absolute animal when it comes to moving, when he's going, so he's only fucking 22 now. Holy shit.
And then he needs to be careful with his body.
Yeah, and he will be, like, obviously he's with Tyson under great supervision, that's my opinion. And then obviously that's a coach and client relationship they have, right? And like, he's going places, so it's different for different people. So let me ask you this. What is your character when no one's watching you, and how did you find this sport? What was it for you that what you went through, happy or sad, whatever it was, whichever one you want to share, what it is that made you want to put your body under so much pain and still enjoy the sport?
I was born with a competitive nature. I had to compete to survive in my family. There were 4 kids, older brother, competitive father. The only way you could show your strength is to be strong. Couldn't be weak. Had a pretty good childhood. Parents split up when I was 9. That was, traumatic for any kid. Moved in with my dad at age of 12. Lived with him. Started weightlifting at 14 in the barn. Been looking good when you're in your teenagers at school is a good thing. Played competitive rugby for a long time. Was in the shoot shield as a colt. Got completely and utterly fucked up. That's why I don't have any ankles or shoulders left. The only reason I do lots of shoulder exercises is so they don't hurt anymore.
Yeah, wow.
If I don't train shoulders, they hurt.
Yeah, wow.
They literally go numb, and I've got all nerve damage in my shoulders.
Jesus,
from playing rugby at a high level. Unfortunately, I told my coach to fuck off when I was 19, and he then told me he had a trial for the Waratahs at that point.
Oh, wow.
That was a fuck up.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I regret in my life.
Okay.
One thing.
Okay.
And that was very silly because I was told that I had to focus on my apprenticeship when I could have actually tried to go down that avenue. And me as a person now, my son said to me, I have the opportunity to compete sport, I would fucking push that as hard as I possibly could. Because that's an avenue where they don't have to do a labourer's job for the rest of their life, and they can make serious money for a short period of time. So that brings me to about 20s. Then I started to live on the wrong side of the law for a long period of time. I had a lot of involvement with drugs. And criminal behaviours, let's just say that. Never went to jail, which is great. Well, yeah, I haven't been in jail yet. It was, the bets on me were dead in jail by the age of 25.
You know what, sorry?
So the bet on where I would be by the age of 25
was jail.
by the people that knew me was either jail or dead. So I was having a lot of fun. I was working in nightclubs. I was well protected, which is good. Having a lot of fun, doing a lot of blow. That's great. It's good fun. And then I met my previous partner. It wasn't a great environment. We each had our own demons. We each had our own problems. Unfortunately, it was quite violent, not between me and her. There were some incidents that happened, and we lost a child in a violent altercation. Let's just put it that way.
Wow.
It wasn't, she was attacked. She was just stabbed. This is like, This is where I was on the wrong side of the law, mate.
Yeah, wow.
And unfortunately, it really had nothing to do with the two of us, but we got involved in it. So it was actually her son that was involved, and it's a long fucking story, but eventually it came, there was a lot of violence, and we lost a child, which is unfortunate, which changed me as a human being. Yeah, it changed me as a fucking human being, mate. I have, other people have been through worse than me, but for me, that's the worst thing I've ever been through in my entire fucking life. I have a tattoo on my arm that says, I've been to the gates of hell, I know what it takes to return. And underneath it is a saying, "Civis pacem parabellum," which means if you seek peace, prepare for war. Because quite frankly, I had to fight out of that position. Thankfully, I had some beautiful people that helped me out. But I was in a very bad place. Very fucking bad place for a very long time. And that relationship is very toxic, and we treated each other like shit. And that's another thing I fucking regret. I can't take it back. There's nothing I can do to take it back. The one great thing I do is I have my son, which is my fucking world. So I got a couple of things out of that time of my life, which was my son and his sister. His sister's older than him, Rocky's 10. And that period of my life has shaped me to who I am today. And it took me a long way away from the person that I was and am today. The person that I was as a child is a very different person than I was then. I couldn't see light in anything. Everything was dark. Every single thought was negative. I couldn't sleep anymore. The dreams I had were fucking violent every single night. It was just about death for a very long period of time. And I didn't know that you could seek help. And I didn't know about fixing yourself. And my best friend came to me, and I was still involved in drugs at that period of time. And my best friend came to me and said, "I had a dream, and you need to change your life. Otherwise, you're going to get arrested." And I trust him with my fucking life. I know he would have 100% put his life down for me. And I stopped that day. I walked away. Changed my phone, I walked away. I completely fucking walked away. And that was the beginning of the end of my relationship with my son's mother. Because I just went, I don't want this anymore. I'm out. And I started to change all the way around. It started to just turn. And we went through a couple of years of just shit. And then in about 2016, I was so unwell. I was like 155 kilos and like 50% body fat. Oh, wow. It was fucking dreadful. Wow. There's photos on my Instagram about it. And I said, I need to make a change. And I just got back to the gym. And within a couple of months, I was benching 180 kilos. And I was like, fuck, there's something about this. Like, there's something here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck, I'm going to see if there's any strongman comps.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Yep. So I used to watch strongman when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Puds is my favourite. And Kaz is my all-time hero now. He's actually a good friend of mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I decided I just threw myself in. I went, fuck it, I'm going to go do it.
Yeah.
And without any fucking training and anything, I went down to PTC MacArthur, is it?
Yep.
Mick and all that, they were great humans. And I started training with them once a week and having a blast, and I did my first comp, and then second comp, which was New South Wales, and then ASA, and then got my ass whooped at Australia's in 2017. Got my ass whooped. But I dropped 40 kilos for that fucking, 22 kilos.
Yep.
22 kilos for that fucking event.
Yep.
I went from 165 kilos at ASA to 143 kilos at Australia's Strongest Man 2017. I was fucking proud. I was looking great. But you can't carry any strength when you lose 20 kilos in 12 weeks. Like, it's not going to fucking happen. And that was the beginning when I started to feel different inside of myself. And everything changed between my partner at the time, and myself. We just went two different fucking directions.
Yeah.
And that's got nothing to do with her. She's got her own problems to deal with that she needs to seek help for. She's got past, and we all have a past. Some people's past is not like other people's pasts. That's why when I say something, I fucking mean it.
Yeah.
So, rest is history. Did a whole bunch of comps, loved it. Went to Arnold's. Unfortunately, before Arnold's in America in 2019, I was given some information I shouldn't have had before.
Yeah.
And I had 2 weeks to stew on it. And when I got back from Arnold's, I collapsed my relationship. And then we spent 6 months in a fucking whirlwind of, trying to sort the shit out. It didn't fucking
be there, bro.
I was living in a fucking basement underneath the house we had, and it was just fucking shit, and I was just so unhealthy and unhappy.
Yep.
And I finally moved out, and I started looking after myself, and I got a new place, and a year and a half had gone past, and that was COVID.
Yeah.
And I met my current partner, who is, I would suggest, the savior of my fucking life. Man.
What's her name?
Patty.
Patty.
She is, some of you have met her.
I've seen her.
Yeah.
And is
she is, I never ever would have thought I was worthy of that. But fucking oath I'm worthy of it, because my world changed when she came into my life.
Yep.
Because she was the first person to show me the true love that I should deserve and what I wanted as a man. And she showed me it was okay to get help.
Wow.
And I went and got help. And it was the best thing I'd ever done in my entire life, mate. It completely changed me. And all the shit I'd done before that, I wasn't a good person because I wasn't the person that I should have been.
Yeah.
I was this person that had been fucked over for their entire fucking life from the age of 10, roughly 10, who was a fat kid getting teased at school all the time, having to fight every fucking week, getting expelled, getting suspended, getting kicked, expelled out of school, moving with my dad, and still fighting and all this other shit. And always being sort of like an outsider, and this is where that fucking shit comes. Mm-hmm. And that competitive drive comes, and then we've got then we start to get rid of all those fucking feelings connected to emotions and memories, and you start dealing with all this stuff. And coming into, so I've been with Patty since I need to remember this, the end of 2020.
Oh, that's on the line.
October 12th is when we went on our first date.
Oh, wow.
I think that was right, October 12th.
I will find out.
October 12th, we went on our first date 2020, because we'll be together 4 years this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so what people don't know is that carry on to June, July 2021, she gets diagnosed with cancer.
Oh shit.
So the entire prep, running into ASM 2022, we're dealing with chemotherapy and all this other shit. Quite frankly, she tried to get rid of me, and that wasn't going to fucking happen. I knew what I got. And about 8 weeks before, she's a brave one, man. She's fucking tough as shit. 8 weeks before, she had the second biggest surgery you could possibly have in life. It's called Whipple surgery, and they basically cut you open and pull all your organs out, okay, and cut the cancer out, all the lymph nodes from here to here. 8 weeks later, she makes the trip down to ASM.
Holy shit.
Fuck
no. How much was she moving?
Oh my god, toughest motherfucker I know.
Wow.
Tougher than any strong man, tougher than anyone.
Yeah.
She gritted her teeth and just fucking did it.
Oh, wow.
So, there's a lot going on. You've got emotional problems when you do stuff. Things happen. Things tear, especially when you end up tearing things. And this is what I've learned in the last 2 years is that your emotional state takes a toll on your body, no matter how strong you are.
Oh, okay.
So if you've got an emotional thing in the back of your head, more than likely you're going to form an injury.
Yeah.
And you're going to do something.
Yeah.
So, is that what happened at ASM? Potentially. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on, Was I in the right zone? Probably not. Lots going on. I tore my hamstring. She drove, and she wasn't completely well. She drove me from Melbourne to, I drove the first little bit, and then she drove the rest all the way home to Sydney that next day. Fuck.
That was a long drive.
She's a monster. She's a monster. And I give Patty all credit. She has helped me realise the person that I wanted to be, and helped me strive to get back to the person that I should be. So there was a long period there, especially the reason I started Strongman was because of that, because of where I was in my life, and I needed an outlet. And for me, the gym has always been that outlet for you. Fucking anger. My dad showed me that. If he had a problem, he'd be in the gym. We always had some sort of home setup, and he would always, and if he's ever frustrated, he was a stressed man, you know, lots on, created big companies, all that sort of stuff. But he showed me that if you ever had a problem, you take it out in the gym. It's a good place to do it. Some people say it's the wrong way to do it. I think that's a fucking really healthy way to do it. Because you're getting out the emotions, you're letting the emotions out, and also feeling better and making your body better. So I would use the gym to do that sort of stuff, and I use the gym now. Like, I feel depressed when I'm not training. Like, when I don't train, I'm unhappy. So when I'm lifting weights, it's my happy time. And I think a lot of us have that same thing. So, to long story short, is the me you want and you have seen is me. Is the person that I want to be. The person that I strive to be is a good man, a loving father, a good partner, the best partner I can be, even though I fail regularly. Fail fucking regularly. And make mistakes all the time. We all do. I always apologise for mistakes, and I think that Kevin Gates said something really interesting. He said, the best apology is changing. So, if someone says something I've caused grievance to them, I will fucking change. I will do everything I can if I love that person and I want to change for them. I will do everything I can to change for that person and change for myself. And that's what I did. I've become the person that I look at, and 8-year-old Tom looks at and goes, fuck yeah, he's a cool guy. And 88-year-old Tom looks back and goes, fuck yeah, you're doing great.
I have a question, and this is, you know what, fuck it, I want to know, because your best friend wanted to know. He's got no problem with you right now, right? He's got no problem with you. What would you do to grow the sport? That's his question. Like, can you contribute to growing the sport rather than putting it down?
I didn't pull the sport down, I pulled him down because he's a cunt.
Okay, would you grow? He is very talented with what he is, right? He's a good athlete.
Give him that,
Give him that, right? There might be another podium there or a few other there. Would you continue to not? Because this is your sport as well. As much as it's his sport, just because he's champion, it's also your sport. Plus, it's also people who are trying to get into
everyone's sport.
It's a what?
It's everyone's sport.
It's everyone's sport, right? So, how would you contribute to make it better? Like, you have your suggestions with Mason, I understand.
Yeah, but that's sort of more of a role. I'm getting old now.
Okay.
There's not much left for me. I'll have to go to powerlifting at some point.
What about masters?
Mate, do you not understand how much this fucking takes a toll on your body? Like, I threw myself in it for the past 7 years. Threw myself at it. And I didn't do the recovery I should have done. Which is what I'm seeing a lot of people fucking doing now. As someone that's fucking been there, I can actually see people's gait on their walk. They're shuffling like this, and they're not actually walking with fucking toes straight, and their legs are fucking bending, and they've got back issues, and they're not fucking fixing the back issues, and they're training through injuries. Stop fucking training through injuries. Fucking stop it. And people need to stop doing that.
That was the hardest.
If you've got an injury, there's a weakness somewhere. The only reason you've got an injury is because you have a weak link somewhere. Find the fucking weak link, fix it. Bill Kazmaier said to me, you're like a puzzle. You take the piece out, you file it down, put it back, it fits perfectly. But then all these other fucking pieces don't fit. You take them out one by one, and you fix them and you put them back in. And at the end, you've got a beautiful puzzle. Okay? But everyone's doing this. Smash, fucking smash, smashing the fucking pieces in. You can't fucking do that. You fucking can't do it, mate.
Yeah.
No one's doing bird dogs and kettlebells. I have seen no one fucking do bird dogs and kettlebells. Do you know how fucking important bird dogs and kettlebells are for strength athletes? And no one's fucking doing it. Like, I think anyone that really knows me knows that, anyone that's had a good interaction with me knows that I will fucking help you.
I can get that.
That's how I look at my role in anything really, as someone that's willing to help anyone else. If I can take my shot, I will fucking take it, and better not get in my way.
Yep.
Because I'm going to take my fucking shot.
Yep.
But in the background, I'm always helping people.
Right, okay.
I'm always helping people. You know.
Would we see it more publicly? Because that might be where.
You don't need to show up publicly.
True.
Why should I have to show up publicly? To validate you?
Fair.
I don't need
Fair.
that. I don't need the validation
Fair.
of doing it publicly.
I respect that. Fucking fair.
So I don't need that validation.
Yeah.
Mate, if I want fucking validation, I just put a shirtless photo on Instagram and have 5,000 fucking likes. That's validation. That's fucking validation. None of the other fat motherfuckers can do that, can you? Fuck you. Fucking too ugly to fucking do that, bitch. Fuck you.
Oh, that's a good one. Nah, fair.
Like, I don't need that validation. It's not me. I'm happy to send someone a DM and go, look, I'm really concerned about you.
You did.
I think you really need to do this.
You done it with me?
Exactly.
Yeah, you have.
I don't know you from Barcelona, mate, but I saw your issue on when you need to fucking fix this.
Absolutely.
Because I had the same fucking issue.
Absolutely.
When
Literally
I blew my back apart, I thought I was done, even in my job.
Wow.
I thought I was done.
Wow.
And then Shannon, my current coach, he fucking made me cry in front of a gym full of people.
Yeah.
He gave me the biggest fucking ass whooping I've ever had in my life. And he said, if you want to fix it, come and see me. And I did. And my back's healthy. And right now it's not healthy because I haven't worked on it, but I haven't been training and I need to get back into the role. And I don't feel great right now because I'm not training.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing what I need to do. So I will get back. I've got a couple of things I need to deal with right now. Both career-wise, my actual career and work. There's a lot of stress there, and personally and physically. I've got a bit of a bum leg right now, so I'll fix that. And then I'll be back. I still have personal goals, but I don't need the validation of doing it in front of everyone.
Fair enough.
I don't fucking need that. Why do I need to prove to anybody what I should do when most of these people do this stuff in the back, in the front, so people think they're good, but in the background are fucking cunts, and that's the difference. The difference is people that smile in front of you and stab you in the fucking.
Oh fuck yeah! I'll fucking take it for parts.
But people that smile behind you never stab you in the front.
No.
So like I'm happy to have conversations with anyone. I'm happy to work with anyone. I'm happy to give help or information to anybody. Yeah. It doesn't have to be in the public sphere. I don't fucking need that. I don't need that validation. True. If you need the validation of being a good guy in the public sphere, you're most likely a cunt.
I fucking cannot agree more.
But you're most likely. If you come off as a good guy to everybody, you need everybody to think you're a good guy. Yeah. Deep down, you're a piece of shit, and you're just trying to cover that.
There's a place for those people in Brisbane. I want to name the place. Shout out.
But just generally people that
on saying there's a place in Brisbane for that. It's normally on the south side. Just so you know who you are.
You're worse than me, mate. Don't try and be me.
No, I'm not trying to be you.
If you were me, you'd fucking say it.
Trust me, the thing is, no. I'm in a situation where I can't say it right now. But trust me, there's a video fucking coming. So
the problem is when people are always smiling and they're always telling you how great it is and always wanting everybody to think that they're fucking amazing. Yeah. They've generally got something wrong. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And people that aren't willing to go, I actually fucked up. Yeah. And I'm taking that one, they need to. They're trying to get this thing where everyone thinks that they're fucking good. That's what happened. I had a whole bunch of fucking messages from people that on the outside want to be seen as fucking good people, but on the inside are willing to say you're a piece of shit in fucking DMs, but wouldn't like me to fucking air that shit, would they? But as respect for myself, I don't need to fucking air that shit.
I actually had to learn this very hard way, saying less, just speaking, right? And saying anything about people who are trying to be good to you for the face, right? And what he is, whatever. My fault for not knowing better, right? Not knowing better, whatever.
It's experience.
It's experience, right? I made a fucking mistake. I was mad enough to fix it.
Yep.
Right? I was mad enough.
Remember, fixing it is better than an apology.
I fixed it, I apologized.
Yep.
I fucking, to this day, anyone who comes up to me asking, I'll be like, that I fucked up there full time. What gives you a fucking, so here's the thing. The third party who was never fucking involved in it, had nothing to do with this. What gives you right to fucking destroy someone's life? Let's say calling everyone on the fucking phone, every single gym, right, in fucking Brisbane, or don't let him in, he's a piece of shit, or we want to work with you if you have him in the gym. What gives you fucking right when a man said he fucked up? That's what I mean. When a man fucks up, society doesn't let you fucking fix it, right?
Yeah.
And this person doesn't know the full story.
Yeah.
They've only got one side of the story. My coach knows both sides of the story. And this is why I fucking respect and quote. I told her when I fucked up, she said, you're a piece of shit, you fucked up. Fix it. Otherwise don't fucking come near me. And I fucking manned up and I fixed it because I wanted to, I never fucked up. And I cried in front of her, just like maybe your coach made me cry. My coach is like a mother to me. I would kill for her right now. I can sit here and I would fucking happily do it too. But the thing is, this person, whoever, I'm not gonna name them, but they know who they fucking are. Everyone makes mistakes. They're man enough to admit it, they're man enough to do better. But if they're trying to do better and you fucking are a piece of shit, well, publicly you can't say shit to me because you know I'll fucking destroy you, right? I got fucking messages. And I can just go to a fucking lawyer, which I'm doing anyways, I'm not gonna put this in podcast, right? And you're getting a fucking call cease and
If it's legal matters, you shouldn't talk about it.
Well, I'm gonna go
this is what people understand. Never write what you want to be read, okay? Never write it down. If you write it down, and this is what I explained to some people when I said that, the moment you write it down in a public forum, you can be sued for it.
I'm a fucking hacker. I do that for a job. What do you think I'm not gonna fucking know? And if I tried to, I told you I was a fucking hacker, you fucking piece of shit.
So, here's one for you. One person pissed me off.
Yeah.
So I sent them the address of their address, a picture of their house.
Yeah.
I sent them the address of their grandparents and a picture of their house and all of the information for their family.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up. Don't fuck up, people.
And here's the thing, if someone's fucked up, they're publicly fucking in a place where they're going to seek therapy, they're trying to be better.
Yeah.
And look, you don't know what it took for that person to get there, right? This other person might have destroyed their fucking mental health. I feel as a man because you feel as a man when you take your anger out, right? When you emotionally, you take your anger out on objects, you go out, you do whatever the fuck you want to do, you go outside, you fucking hit your car, you feel as a man because if you can't control your emotions. I understand that.
So just pause you on that.
Yeah.
That's because that emotion is also linked to a bunch of memories.
Not just memories, it's the position you were put in, right?
No, so this is what I've learned.
Right.
So when you feel an emotion, if you really think about it, calm yourself down, close your eyes, and ask yourself, your intuitive self, the real you, there's two yous.
Yeah.
It's the brain and the heart. The real you is you. If you ask yourself, where else have I felt that pain and that emotion? And you have to keep remembering back further and further until you were two. It could have been something that happened when you were two. And you have to deal with that and understand why it happened and get rid of it and let go of it.
Yeah.
If you can let go of the previous anger, and no, I'm talking about anger right back there, you won't get angry again.
Yeah.
Because that anger is actually linked to a feeling.
Yeah.
And when you have that emotional feeling, you get angry because it's linked to it. So let's just say someone called you something, and someone called you something when you were 10 and you never fucking dealt with it. When they call you that, you'll remember the 10-year-old you and how angry you felt at 10, and then you'll multiply it by 10 fucking years, and then you'll release it. So you need to go back and find that thing, what happened to you as a child.
I'm working on it.
I've been in therapy
that's
as a grown fucking man, mate. But I also go to a different style of therapy. I don't go to a therapist. I go to someone that you actually have to do. A normal therapist won't do that. You have to actually think about it, remember, and then let go of the fucking memory.
I'm not there yet.
You need to let go of it. You need to forgive the people. You need to fucking forgive them.
Yeah.
So, some things you'll never forgive. But
Well, here's the thing. This is what I read recently, and I fucking agree. If forgiveness was acceptable, fucking devil would be sitting next to fucking God, if God exists.
yeah.
That's end of story. If betraying someone's loyalty was forgivable, fuck you. It's not.
Well, yeah. So for me, if you lie, you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think lying is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Yeah.
I've lied in the past, and I wish I never did, and I do everything I possibly can to never lie now.
Yeah.
Because lying, I can't trust you anymore.
No. I can see you differently.
I can't fucking trust you.
No.
And trust is the most important thing. Like, you can always excuse someone doing something stupid. You can excuse someone making a mistake. You could excuse someone for killing someone. There might have been a reason. But that person could have molested them with a child.
Absolutely.
Anything. Okay, so sometimes you go, fucking fair play.
Fair play.
But never in life is there a reason to lie.
Yeah. Well, this is how I see it. Well, you only know about the time you caught them.
Fuck you.
You never done it.
Never trust them.
Never trust them.
You
I can't trust you again
You
anymore.
can't trust a thief in a lie.
No, I can't. Like, they've done it behind my back. It's just they got caught. Oh, are they really sorry?
Yeah. No, they're not sorry. They're
They're
just lying
not.
to your
They
face.
knew. The thing is, if they were sorry, they wouldn't have done it. They knew that you'll be okay with it, and they thought about this. I fucking don't forgive. And yeah, like, but if someone's trying to do better, I fucking literally don't fucking put them down. They know what they've done. They know what they're trying to do better. And if you fucking can't let go because whatever vendetta you have against this person, like, come on, you're a fucking 30+-year-old. You got your own fucking family. You got own issues. Fucking your gym barely fucking survived recently. So don't fucking even start with me. Pay the money you need to fucking pay to the people who you borrow equipment from. Don't fucking bother in my life.
That's very specific.
Oh, it is. Well, I can fucking name them if I wanted to. Just like, I'm going to fucking wait.
Well, you end up getting sued.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, with this whole thing is you can't trust a liar.
No.
You know, unfortunately, you've got to let it go at some point.
I'm learning. I'm in a place in my therapy where, because and this is all shared with you, I haven't shared with anyone yet, other than my coach. I don't remember my childhood before I was 15. That's the last memory I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to therapy, that's apparently your brain's way of avoiding the trauma, whatever there is.
Yeah, there's obviously something happening.
Something happened. So we are working right now. Obviously, we are at a part where we're doing these exercises where these flashbacks will come back to my mind. But I don't remember them. I have to be like focusing on something, these exercises in therapy I do. And then something will come up, and then I'll be like, holy shit, and that would like my whole body will go down. And that's where I'm at. So I don't even know what to let go yet, let alone how to let go.
Sounds like you went through some serious trauma.
And again, I don't know because I don't remember. To me, I don't know if it's because of my brain.
It's a coping mechanism.
Coping mechanism, because all I remember is I had a happy upbringing. I don't know what's wrong there. So it's still not. So I'm not gonna sit here and know, oh yeah, I need to go to therapy or I know what I want. I don't, because that's one place where I have no control.
Yeah.
And not having a control. Gym, I love gym this much because I can control that aspect of my life. I'm going to gym, I let my emotions out. Everything else in my life is I can't control. I can only control what I do, right?
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it. But in therapy, I can't even control that. So I'm in a place where I'm like, fuck this, like, you know, where is this coming from? How do I not remember this? And then I'll go to the therapy session and then I'll be zoned out for next week. Like, holy shit, like, I'm an overthinker. I'll keep thinking why I don't remember.
Yeah.
So that's it. I'm still learning how to let go. Well, I don't even know how to let go. I'm still learning what went wrong before I let go.
I think it sounds like you need to trust that it's going to be okay.
Recent experience makes me believe no, I can't.
It'll always be okay.
And that's the thing. I don't know, but at the same time, and this is not me being cocky, this is not being an egoistic cunt. Every time I've come out of a bad situation, things have worked out for me better. I'm here because I'm way better than the person I was in 2017, right? And I recently come out of this whole traumatic thing. Fuck me, things just started going very well for me. And I'm just, like, obviously I don't want to, at the same time, I used to have a habit where I'll share good news with people who don't want me to succeed. And they'll put me down or they'll do something like, I've just shut up. I only have 2 people in my, I have sitting here, I don't care who watches, I only have 2 friends, right? One is my coach, one is my her partner Mitch. Being too thick and thin, and I fucking do not fucking call anyone else my friend. It takes a lot. Recently I've learned it takes a fucking lot for me to trust someone as a friend. And it's because my friendship is ride or die.
Yeah.
There is no in between.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, that's it.
People, from my experience, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
People flow in and out of your life when the universe decides you need them.
Correct. And I agree. Right now, I'm in a state of my life where I don't need more friends just because I want to socialize. You can be my acquaintance. I'm still a nice person to talk to you, give you time of the day, but I don't need to tell you my life story, or you don't have to sit on the same table to be good to each other, right? But the best way to be my friend is be honest. If you hate me, you can tell me to my face you hate me and act the way you feel about me. I have fucking respect for you. If you fucking are nice to me to my face and you fucking talk shit behind my back, you are the absolute piece of shit cunt you can ever be. I would never fucking trust you, let alone fucking be near you.
You can't trust someone because they're lying.
Yeah, and it comes down to that. Trust issues, you want to call it fucking trust it, whatever. But I think you're the absolute.
But if someone's saying something to your face and then saying something else behind you, they're lying.
Yeah.
So you can't trust a liar.
No,
I think trust is the most valuable thing. Your word is the only thing that you can ever give anyone.
I fucking agree. And if you're saying, oh, because I have to be fucking nice to everyone.
No, fuck that.
Because socially, you don't have to be nice to everyone. Not everyone likes everyone. It's okay. You're a grown-up fucking person. We all are. I don't like most people.
There are people in life that you're just not going to get along with.
Exactly.
And you don't have to be nice to them.
Exactly. I'm mature enough.
You just leave the situation.
Exactly.
That's the difference. You walk away.
You fucking walk away. You still have a life. They do. Fucking go and be mature, be happy in your own life. Yep. That's what it is.
That's it.
Anyways, enough of my personal drama. So,
therapy session.
With in Sydney for free. Not paying $400 for this.
There's a couch here. You can lay down and I'll pat your head.
Would you paint me like one of Italian girls? Anyways, you've been through that. You've been through a part where all in your life, you just told me that all it was like dark thoughts, death, and you want to kill yourself or be yourself, all this kind of stuff.
I've been there. I almost got sectioned.
Well, there you go. So I want to know this one thing, right? I have been there, but I was lucky enough to have these two people around me who pulled me out of there, right?
Yeah.
I want to know. Obviously, you were surrounded by good people. Yeah. If someone's watching it who might be looking at this, this is it. They're trying to end their fucking life, right? As a man, because let's be honest, there are not many fucking help out there for men. Men are raised the way, my generation, your generation, I'm assuming, you're raised the way where it's like, man up, don't get pussy, man up. Therapy is fucking terrible.
Well, the thing is that they say there's help, but there's no help.
There is no help.
My sister's going through drug and alcohol problems right now. She's also got borderline personality disorder.
Right.
My family's a fucking mess. No one talks to each other. So, there's no fucking help. The last couple of weeks I have found out there is absolutely no fucking help. They've stripped the health system and there is nothing but anyone. Only people, so they said to me, like I drove an enormous way out of my way to go and get her and bring her to a mental health hospital.
Yeah.
And I took her to the hospital and basically after a couple of days said, oh, we're taking her down to the street. I said she was going to fucking kill herself.
Yeah.
She was telling me she was going to kill herself 3 days earlier. Literally in a text message, I want to die. And I said, well, unless she's actually fucking doing it, there's nothing we can do.
You're just waiting until
fucking serious.
Even then, when they do something, they're trying to save them. Then 3 days later, oh, she's taking up a bed space. You know, I know. There's no help. There is no help. There is a bandage. Yeah. There is no fucking treatment.
There's a couple of days help, and then you're out on your own again. And then you have to find and pay for the help yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And generally, the free help shit. Okay. Good help costs a lot of money.
It does. It fucking does.
Good help costs a lot of money.
Oh, it does.
And I just want anyone out there who has those feelings, just to know that it's okay. It's actually okay. Everything will work out. Everything will work out. As long as you don't do something bad. Something you can't take back. If you do something, no one will forgive you for it. You've got to understand that you do something silly, you will never be forgiven again. Okay? And you will ruin more lives than you can ever understand.
Yeah.
Ever understand. And quite frankly, it will be okay. Just keep going. Winston Churchill said, When you're going through hell,
Yeah.
keep going.
Keep going.
Just keep going. That's how I've lived my entire life.
Wow.
When shit's got bad, the only thing I could do was keep going.
Keep going.
Just keep going. A friend of mine once said to me, I was saying, I've got all these problems, it's fucking my head up, I've got all these problems. And he turned to me and he said, this is one of the hardest things that anyone's ever said. Because I thought I should have been validated in this time.
Yeah.
I thought, validate me, fucking validate how I feel.
Yep.
And he went, is there anything you can do about it?
I fucking got the same advice.
And I said, no. And he said, well then stop worrying about it.
Stop worrying, you can't do anything about it.
And he goes, is something, because if there's something you can do about it, stop
worrying.
worrying.
You can do something about it. I actually heard this advice from one of the monks, I don't remember his name, because when I went on my own fucking healing journey, reading was one thing, right? Listening to these things, self-improvement, everything, you fucking name it, I'm doing everything, right? Just trying to be a better person, because I'm not proud of what happened. Was it completely my fault? Not really, no. It always takes two, but I can only control myself. I want to be better, right? I heard it to a monk who said, and I was like, he actually got a point, why not worrying? Like, there is gonna come a day when you have to deal with shit. Deal with it then. Why am I fucking worrying right now? Like, think about it then.
Depression is worrying about something that happened in the past.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Anxiety is future.
It's the future.
Yep.
So you're worrying about something that hasn't fucking happened.
Correct.
And if you're depressed, you're worrying about something that has already happened.
Yep. Why are you worried?
Why are you worried? Like, we all get moments where things get us down, but then you've got to realise that tomorrow is another fucking day.
Correct.
Go have a good sleep. Jerk
Sleep.
off, whatever the fuck you want. Post-nut clarity is one of the best things ever. But whatever you have to do, don't have a drink because it's poison.
That's poison. Yep.
Don't do drugs because that's poison.
Yep.
And I'm not against anyone doing that. You do what you want.
Yep.
But for me, I stay away from it as much as possible. I have a couple of bottles of wine.
Yep.
But there's only like 1 or 2 left in the world and I have them.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And there's 2 really special occasions. There are times we drink sometimes, but there's 2 bottles of wine that I'll drink. One for when Paddy's cancer free.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. When she's 5 years is up.
Yep.
And we've got all the clear.
Mm-hmm.
That's done. And the other is when I'm married. So, look, you shouldn't be drinking every day. I don't think it's good for you.
Nope.
1 or 2 drinks a week. I've done it with this Oura ring. I've checked how my sleep goes after 1 drink, and it fucks it royally.
Go on.
And it fucks it when you have bad food too.
Oh, yeah.
So I have really good sleep, really good, have takeout, fuck, bad sleep. Really good sleep, have a drink, bad sleep. It's not good for you. And it fucks your head up. So if you were to drink every single night, you're never going to sleep effectively.
Yep.
There's nothing that a good sleep can't fix.
That is true.
Okay?
That is true.
Good. I have earthing sheets. This is how much I fucking into sleep, mate. I have earthing sheets. Okay? Fuck, bro. Like,
Well, sleep is also recovery. That's the thing.
it's the
That's
best.
a natural, well, everything is natural, but that is the best way of recovery.
I got fucking 2 hours of deep sleep recently.
2 hours, guys, that's a start. Deep sleep is actually good.
2 hours of deep sleep and 1 hour 40 of REM sleep. That I felt fucking great the next day. I woke up like that and I was like, fuck yeah, this is a good day.
Oh,
Look, people, if there is honestly someone, if there's people that watch this and they're in that spot, fucking send a message to someone.
yes.
And no one's going to judge you. And just go, look, can we talk? I'm not feeling
It's
great.
in your head, sorry to cut you off, it's in your head that, oh, I don't want to bother them. Trust me, I would rather, as being someone who's recently been there for people with those thoughts, it's in your head. I would rather be bothered than be at your fucking funeral, watching you and putting myself down saying, I'll let you down, but not being there.
Yeah.
Even if you're, and this is what I say to people, right? When you're good, when you're in a good place, have this conversation with each other. Maybe 8 minutes rule, right? Hey, when you say you got 8 minutes, I recently learned this, and me and one of my friends have a really good communication. I call this becoming friend. I said, if I ever say, do you have 8 minutes? Something's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Just that's my code. That's my code. If you have 8 minutes, right? I learned it from one of the videos I watched of a self-help coach. Because people reach out, hey, you want to catch up, sometimes we are busy in our life and we don't make it, if not because, oh cool, you just want to catch up, I'll catch up with you another time, right? Life happens, people have life. Make it code, when shit hits the fan, and you don't even have to say anything, can you have 8 minutes? I will run to that fucking person's house straight away, because I know some shit's gone down. And make it code when you're in a good place. People want to be bothered. Your friends do want to be bothered,
absolutely.
but they don't want to be bothered with a fucking message or a phone call that you just fucking took your life. That is heartbreaking.
It's worse.
They will.
As I said, if you do something dumb, you fuck more people up than ever
Correct.
before.
And thing is, they would never forgive themselves.
I had a code at that stage, but it was a code that if I killed somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and if it was just that over the phone, that person would come and get me immediately and have me bury the body.
You can have codes for whatever.
Absolutely. That was dead set the code. It was a really bad part of my life, and it was an absolute option on the table that was going to fucking happen.
And you need people.
And I had people that was trusting me, and I could trust them to have me bury a body. So, you know.
We deal with the consequences later, but we get you out of the shit first. And then when we drill into you, be a better fucking person.
Yeah, don't get me.
Yeah. I had a code for like getting me out of Tinder dates all the time.
Yeah, fucking
Everyone does.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's what boys, and that's how you build a relationship. You can't just go to a random person you know for 2 days, be like, oh, I'm gonna give you a code. Start small.
Yeah.
Start small.
Well, so we had one with my closest group.
Yeah.
That if you ring twice immediately, something has fucking happened, and you need to put the phone down immediately and fucking call that person. Whatever you're doing, if it's okay, I answer it back.
Yeah.
Okay, but then that you pick it and then run back immediately, shit's gone down.
That's
and that person's in trouble, and you need to fucking whatever you're doing, drop it no matter where you are and go to that person.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, there's a couple of us that are like, we have that group, and then if you ring twice, we know something truly bad has happened.
There you go. Reach out. Help is available at your own cost, but don't be scared to ask. You have to ask. People can't judge. People can't read your fucking mind. Make a code if you can. Sleep. Fucking get a good sleep.
That's the first one.
Like, look, if you want to kill yourself, sleep and think about it tomorrow.
Don't. That's why we have a gun cooling off period in Australia. Don't use your phone. Well, you use phone. I use my phone but the research shows between 11 and 4 a.m.
Right.
is one of the biggest periods to cause depression while you're on your phone. So if you're on your phone between 11 and 4 a.m., depression goes up significantly. So get off your fucking phone, stop doom scrolling. I know we all fucking do it.
We do it.
But stop the doom scrolling. Change your algorithm, read a book, have like something, a warm drink to warm your body up, have a hot shower, and then go to bed. So have a hot shower right before bed, get your body super hot, and then get into a cold bedroom, warm bed, and then you'll sleep.
Sleep well, and if nothing works, get a dog.
And what happens if that person does bad things to a dog?
No, don't be a cunt. Then you deserve to fucking. Okay, if you do bad things to a dog, I don't care who watches it, you fucking deserve it.
You're gonna get in trouble. So
I don't care.
If you want to throw money at it, earthing blankets.
Okay.
Earthing sheets.
Earthing sheets. I'm gonna go and try them.
I will feel there's a difference.
Okay.
So when you get in them first, your whole body starts tingling. I'm like, fuck, this is weird.
Yeah.
Like your feet are tingling, and it feels like there's pins and needles all through your body.
Oh wow.
And I was like, fucking, this is weird. But I sleep really fucking well.
There you go. Earthing sheets, boys.
Yeah.
Earthing sheets.
Yeah. I also bought a hydrogenated water bottle, but I don't know how
I need a message stating all these things.
But okay, so sometimes I do stupid shit with my money, and I buy stuff I feel for emotions.
Well, okay, if you have money to throw away, message Thomas Wren.
Yeah, I like throwing money away. I've thrown lots of money.
Don't do drugs.
I would say I've put a house up my nose.
There you go. Don't do drugs, get earthing sheets.
That's why I'm older than I should be.
Alright, last thing we do is, like, which I actually started doing recently, is we do a would you rather. Was it would you rather? Yeah, would you rather, right? Would you rather?
Yeah.
I want to ask them. So it's going to be, because it's Thomas Wren, he actually is not scared of saying anything. So I'm going to ask you this, right? Would you rather send a sexy message or a picture to your boss or to your mom?
Well, I'm my own boss, so yeah, to myself.
Fuck, okay. That didn't go very well. Would you rather? I already know the answer.
My mom's seen my Instagram, so...
No, I'm talking dick pics. Come on.
Oh, right. You're a strong man. There's nothing to fucking see.
No, I can show you plenty. Don't take it.
If you've got big enough legs, nothing looks fucking big. It doesn't matter what your girlfriend says.
Yeah, true. It's true.
It's perfect. No.
God gave inches in the wrong place. I'm just tall. I'm just saying, you know.
When you've got fucking huge quads, it doesn't matter how fucking big it is.
Nah. And they always like combine to and not hanging behind it.
Yeah, they get sucked back. Yeah.
And deadlift suit sucks. Would you rather see from Australia, and this is going to be a tough one, right? Because I know your little opinion. Would you rather see BJ Stone at a world level or Eddie Williams? BJ.
Eddie's already been there.
But doesn't matter. It depends on how strong they are. I know Eddie's beaten BJ. At Pro Show. At Pro Show this year.
Huh?
At Pro Show this year.
At where?
Oh. No, BJ beat Eddie. Sorry, my bad. BJ beat Eddie at Coco's Pro Show. Beast of Burden, Pro Show.
Yeah, like, if Eddie's got himself a good business model, but I would love...
I think he's the smartest man there.
I would love to see him compete in Australia again.
But he doesn't need to.
Well, because the last time he got beaten by a fucking powerlifter.
But still, he doesn't need to.
But he should.
But okay, if you're gonna sit there and tell me...
The reason you wouldn't is because you'd be worried you're going to get your ass handed to you by the other Australians. And then
Me? Oh no. Sorry.
No. So the reason why I believe he wouldn't would be if he turned up to AS and got whooped.
Did you see his performance in goals this year?
Or maybe a couple of things.
He came fourth overall in qualifiers groups.
Yeah.
That is fucking impressive.
That's great.
Holy shit.
That's
like
great.
If he wasn't in the group going against Luke Stone and for Stone off, he was fucking there.
But that's it. That's exactly. Oh yeah. So
he was fucking there, top 10.
Absolutely. But what would have Jordan done? What would have Josh done? What would have BJ Stone done?
I don't think they would.
So put them all together and see who's the best.
I don't think
this is the problem.
No, but then they're also competing people's best events. If you take like statically, BJ Stone beats everyone, doesn't he?
Probably. Yeah.
Statically, running wise, fucking Jordan beats everyone at the moment, right? Unfortunately, Eddie Williams is just overall.
Yeah, but Josh is in the mix.
Josh Bodega, fuck yeah, he's strong.
I have to say that he wasn't on point at AS. He wasn't anywhere near where he should have been. He wasn't there mentally.
I don't know. I've never seen him perform before.
He wasn't there mentally.
But can we just say for a second, hands down, everyone has a reputation. I do, you do, and everyone has a character. But I fucking shit you not, Josh Bodega has nothing but people say good thing about him. And again, I don't know what I've heard, right?
I've had other things.
Well, I've heard good things about him, right? And when I was like, now what's your opinion? Same thing. I was like,
I've spoken to him once.
He's a good guy, right? I've never spoken to him. I was like, fanboy. Everyone's like, if you want to see a decent human being, go and see him, right? And I was like, nah, man, there has to be something fake. I was like, nah. I met Barry, his coach. Oh, not his coach, sorry. Outside, strong guy. Barry, he told me like Josh Black is actually good. And I was like, man, people say like I have to meet this person. Maybe he's fake. Man, other than you, I was impressed by him. I have nothing but respect for him because the way, and this is how I walked in AS, right? I walked in as nobody. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew I'm a rookie. Right? Do I belong there? Fuck yeah, I qualified to be fair. I competed. I earned my praise. Did I belong there? Yes. Josh Bodega made me feel good. He took his time out, said hello, guided me to how to win a weight, right? I fucking respected that.
I would love to see him on the world stage.
I would. He actually got potential. Unfortunately, he got sick at OSD. That was fucking horrible. And then I think he's got potential. He's an all-rounder. Like, I agree. And the dude's got like almost 400 kilo raw deadlift. 380 he's done last year. I'm assuming it's bigger this year. But then again, it's coming back to the same thing. Does Eddie need to compete at Australia's Strongest?
Yes.
No.
No, he has to compete in Australia. I think he do. Everyone else does.
And this is what I had a chat with my coach. She doesn't want to stop competing in Australia's Strongest, right? She's like, that's what I want to give back. That's what I'm like, Nicole, right now, you're above that. Respectfully.
No, you're not.
You are.
You're not.
You are dominating.
Because all the others still compete in Canadian's Strongest Man and America's Strongest Man.
But she doesn't need to if she doesn't want to.
I understand that. But how can you say you're Australia's
You won't. She won't say she's Australia's best. She'll say she's world's best because she'll compete at worlds.
I understand that. But how can you go as a representative for a country if you're not competing in that country?
If you're
not competing in that country and you haven't...
one question.
You haven't competed in that country for 4 years.
I get it. if Nicole and Eddie stop competing in Australia, well, Eddie stopped, right? Competing in Australia for Australia's strongest channel, right? They go to world title. Would you consider them not Australia's strongest?
Oh, fuck you.
That's what Coach doing.
But you need to get there on continual merit.
You can just do like okay.
No, you can't.
Well,
it's like saying, okay, so Usain Bolt had to compete in different events as a Jamaican to continue to go to the Olympics.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's Olympics.
Yeah, but it's the same level. It's the same shit.
It is same level, but right now.
So that means.
So
that means the guys that compete for Australian Rugby League,
correct,
shouldn't have to compete in the NRL.
They shouldn't have to, but they get money out of it. They make money off NRL.
They fucking have to get into the Australian team.
Well, they don't want to be. There's more money in NRL.
No, but they have to compete in the NRL to get picked for the Australian team.
You're telling me that half the people who get picked for Australian aren't fucking immigrants?
No, but they play in the NRL.
Yeah, they do, because that's where the money is.
But you can't get to the Australian Rugby League team without playing in the fucking NRL. You can't get
That's just how the system is.
But that's how the system should be in the fucking strongman.
Right now we don't, so you can't blame them for not.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck no. He's playing by the rules.
Yeah, he's playing by the rules, right?
If you only had to compete 2 times a year in overseas comps, fucking you would.
But here's the thing.
But how can the world see you as the pick for Australia if you're not competing in Australia? This is the politics.
Well, yes, it's the politics. So I agree.
No, it's not the numbers, because we all know in a lot of the events now, Eddie would get hosed in Australia.
Probably. Well,
unless it was a group event.
Well, we'll see. Which we don't know.
Okay, let's take Jordan. Let's take Jordan.
He beat him on Thomas, yes.
And he beat him in probably frame, and he would beat him in overheads. And
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he beat
him.
No.
Or maybe okay.
He beat him in overheads.
Okay.
And he's been stuck at like 170, 175 for ages.
Right, okay.
Who'd probably beat him in an overhead.
Yep.
Josh would beat him in an overhead. Josh would definitely compete with him in a running event.
Yep.
I want to see it. I want to see it.
But this is what we were thinking, right? I think, like we said, World's Strongest Man is TV show. Unfortunately, the more viewers you have, the more fame you have. That's
this is
right?
This is the problem. It's all a political show in the end. But all politics.
Shaw Classic, the strongest man on the planet.
Yep.
It has the potential to become what every single strongman wants.
It will, and you get in there on merit.
Merits, yeah. Because even to qualify there for Shaw Classic, not strongest man on the planet, you have to fucking show up to fucking compete. How good is that?
Yeah.
How good is that? It's not like fucking invitational, like, oh, we'll invite you to have a sport. If you don't fucking show up on the day, you don't have a sport. That's right. How cool is that? How fucking impressive. And then, obviously, Shaw Classic is open to everyone. Obviously, limited sports, who first come, first serve. And then, this strongest man on the planet thing is obviously right now following the steps of whoever's the world's strongest man, right? That's whoever's the world's strongest, top 10 strongest people they're bringing.
Well, top 10 doesn't mean that they're a world's strongest man.
True.
Just the top 10. It's whoever Shaw's looking at and going, they're fucking strong.
Well, Thor's making a comeback.
Yeah, but he gets there on merit for literally being the strongest human possibly ever.
He is fucking strong. Like, the guy's done it all.
Yes,
he's literally done it all.
He's done
lifting,
and he did it all in 1 year. He literally did all 3 in 1 year.
1 year. And he's saying,
no one else has
done
done
that. Did you see his deadlift?
No one else has done that.
True. Did you see his deadlift?
Yeah. So he gets in on merit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's proven it.
This is merit stuff. So all the other guys are there on merit.
But here's another thing. Why, if we're talking about they need to compete in Australia, wouldn't he have to compete in Worlds to get there? He should have.
No, you compete in Iceland. So the thing about Short Classic is you don't have to compete at Worlds to get there.
Did he compete in Masters Strongest Man?
Well, no, he's getting there. He's getting there on merit.
Exactly.
There are some outliers, and Thor is the outlier.
But shouldn't be though. It should be same for everyone.
No, he had second at didn't he come second at Arnold's? Or third at Arnold's?
No, third I think.
Third at Arnold's. So
I think Tom and Mitch beat him.
He's come third at Arnold's.
Oh, no, I think Evan beats him as well. He didn't. Don't know how. I want to check this. I
thought Thor got the podium.
Maybe.
Thor's an outlier. So there are always going to be outliers. It's like if Zadrunas said, I want to fucking compete, he would get picked. Because there's merit. So, but this is it. So, from what I've seen, Brian is looking at people and how fucking strong they are.
He's
And
gonna.
then
He's gonna. I
inviting
think that's
them
gonna
on
become
strong.
actual.
So Lucas Hatton got invited to that, but he's not getting invited to fucking Worlds and other stuff, Giants Live shit,
Yeah.
because Lucas could destroy everybody there. We all know Lucas. I would suggest Lucas is going to derail a few motherfuckers at Strongest Man on Earth. The dude squatted 750 for 8 fucking reps. That's as someone that has squatted that much weight and done multiple reps that much weight and squatted heavier. My best is like 840.
Yeah.
And that was in comp,
Yeah.
840 in comp. I've squatted heavier.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
It is.
He squatted 325 kilos. 325 kilos for 8 reps.
Wow.
I've done 320 for 7 reps, 6
Yep.
reps, 7 reps.
Yep.
And heavier on boxes and chains.
Mm-hmm.
That's a massive squat.
Here's the thing. Here's the last question, right? Do you think Nicole will get picked for Rogue Invitational? Or she
I
should?
think she fucking should. This is the bullshit. I think she fucking should.
She got
I think
third in the
she's
world.
Australia's strongest woman
Yep.
3 fucking times row.
Yep.
Mason says he puts people forward. They just don't
He does.
fucking pick them.
He does.
This is the fucking problem.
But she comes third in the world.
It doesn't matter. She's 3 times Australia's strongest woman.
But Rogan's Invitational is not Worlds.
So it doesn't matter, but this is what they should be picking. They should be going, they should be, okay, there isn't a qualifier. I personally think Worlds, even if they pick someone shit, it would be better television to find someone that's shit from Peru and put them in and just see how they fucking go.
Yeah.
That'd be so much cooler.
Yeah. Yeah. Or disheartening. Demoralizing.
So fucking what? You can't learn unless you get put in there.
True.
So you might find if Peru has Peru's strongest man, they should get thrown in. Who cares if they fucking zero? It's good television.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, all the people who rooted for Peru's strong man. Like,
No. I think that's what the show will come.
Australia's strongest, look, all shit aside,
Yeah.
all shit aside, whoever is Australia's strongest man and wins it
Yeah.
should be picked for Worlds.
Wow. That's a big coming from you. Especially because considering right now is Jordan Osborne.
But they should.
Yeah.
But this is the fucking problem.
Yeah.
This is the fucking problem.
Yeah.
You should, to get picked for an event that is a world event,
Yeah.
that is supposed to be around the world,
Yeah.
supposed to be a fucking around the world, and to not pick the champion from that fucking country. It doesn't fucking work.
I think Short Classic will become that.
Exactly, it should be that though.
Yeah.
So, why is World's Strongest Man America versus Canada and England?
Who knows? Who fucking
You'll never grow the sports in other countries if you don't have the person who's going to Worlds on television in Australia going, I'm going to fucking Worlds, someone sponsor me. That's the first thing I would do. The first thing I would do is go straight to Channel 7, straight to Channel 9, straight to Channel 10 and go, I'm going, here's a log lift, someone give me some money.
Yeah.
So I can train for the next 4 months without having to work.
I have a plan.
Yeah, but someone will do that for you. Someone will do it for you.
Yep.
Let's just say you forego AS
Yep.
and you represent India
Yep.
and you get picked for India.
Yep.
If you didn't go home to India
Yeah.
and go, I'm into the strongest man, motherfuckers, give me some fucking money so I can train,
Yeah.
and they would go, money.
Yeah. That's the government. Yeah.
That's right.
Fuck it. Yeah. There's more.
You can apply for grants here in Australia.
Yeah.
But how can someone who's not the current champion get invite over and over and again? Okay, you can sing. Fuck, cool.
Yeah.